Welcome back to Los Angeles 2119, everybody. I'm Eric, your GM of Callisto 6, our cyberpunk superhero, which I'm just going to start calling superpunk because we've kind of leaned into that RPG here on GM. Yeah, how's it going? Punk. Yeah, superpunk. And I guess that's actually the name of our, from what I'm hearing, the fans have adopted the hashtag superpunks, right? For the fans.
I've seen that around.
I've seen it.
Because I saw somebody in the Discord say it, and then I was like, "What do you guys think? Are you guys calling yourselves that?" And they've kind of started calling themselves that. So, hi, Super Punks, what's up? Good to see everybody. So, we're down 2 players tonight. We're down Amy and Hector. Both of those 2 are out. Yeah.
This is like when I'm just like, yeah.
A lot of
good.
space.
Like, take out my staff.
I'm just gonna swing that around.
Spread all the way. I am.
Man spread all
You
night.
can't see it, but it's happening.
So just a couple of quick announcements before we get underway. Tonight, the first one is, I don't know if you guys have caught wind of this, but Fangirling has returned to Alpha.
Fangirling is back.
And season's better than ever. We have the first episode of Fangirling started today at 7 p.m. It comes on today at 7 p.m. right after Callisto 6 on Alpha. Yeah.
Yay.
And it's got host Markia McCarty, who's a dear, dear beloved friend of ours. Danny Fernandez, who is a Spitfire badass. Sam Maggs. I actually could characterize everybody on this list as a Spitfire badass. And with guest Daniel Radford. Danielle Radford is going to be on that one, and new episodes are going to go up every Thursday on Nerdist and Fangirling Facebook page on Alpha.
Yeah,
Nice.
and
So
I'm one of the writers on the show.
You're kidding me! I was wondering why that show was so quality. Like, my God, what happened? What's happening? Why are we so quality suddenly?
Despite me writing on it, it's very good.
You managed to survive. Yeah.
The compliment, Judah.
No, we are all masters of self-deprecation around here.
None of us is quite on Amy's level.
Not
Yeah.
quite.
Amy, you're the best,
True.
and you can't defend yourself.
Oh man, yeah, we can just throw compliments.
I'll just
Yeah.
French
Can't
face
do
for
anything.
her.
Yeah.
It's
Or
still really
no,
do a little-
do the other thing that she does when you compliment her and she doesn't know how to reply, where she goes,
Yep.
Yeah, she.
Yeah.
yeah. And then she pipes up and says something, I don't know, and then goes back to, and then does this.
It's almost like she's still with us.
I know. Like we have 5 Amy's right here.
Quick to Hector.
She's no matter from a starship to a superhero team, no matter what happens, Hector is always
Yeah.
there's always
Face
people that
that.
they pick a corner of their glasses where they're gonna. Would you agree with that, Bunny?
I agree.
Okay. Excellent. So without further ado, unless anybody has any other announcements tonight, we're keeping it pretty short.
Oh, real quick.
Yes. What's up?
If I got to announce this earlier this week, but if any of you are Mega Man fans, Mega Man 11 just
That's
came
right.
out, and I am one of the boss baddies in the game.
You can say boss bitch.
always
It's okay.
boss
You can
baddie.
say boss bitch. It's all right.
I'll be a boss bitch. It's fine. But I am Bounce Man, so
That's awesome, though.
yeah.
That
I'm
is
the voice of
rad.
Bounce Man.
October is a crazy month for video games. This
Yeah,
October is an
it is.
insane month for video games. My life is vanishing.
Oof.
Assassin's Creed last night, and then Red Dead at the end
And
of
the
the month,
bank
and then
Joke's on you, I never
Mega
had
Man.
a life.
Damn. Were there any other announcements?
He's not here to
Anybody-
count.
Anybody? Yes, Sam.
I'm excited.
I didn't know you were going to say anything. I was like, oh, okay. We're just going to cut there.
There's something in us that's telepathically.
Yes.
All right.
Means.
So let's go ahead and jump into tonight's story of Callisto 6.
What are you talking about?
And welcome back to everybody. It was my turn to say something before the camera went live.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's because I already left a sticky note.
Yeah, I saw the sticky note. Yes, I get all your death threats, Sam. I get all of them.
He saves them. He saves them for later.
I do. I've got a pile of
For the
death threats.
FBI file.
I've got all this lovely, wonderful fan mail from Shield of Tomorrow and TBD, and then right next to it is this lovely pile reminding me that I'm mortal via Sam Plev.
Going straight to HR. Just kidding. It's like, here's all my death threats from today.
Guys, I don't know.
They're in on it.
Sam seems to enjoy the game, but then afterwards.
There's a special file.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our recap, because we are at what could, without exaggeration, be described as the most critical moment of our story for season 1. Everything has been kind of leading up to what you all are, who you all are together, and what all of this means. And right now, the principal architect that initiated all of this through his actions, which are now starting to come to light, is offering you a path, a way to get through some of the complications you've all feared. Kylan Kraus, the CEO of Pyramid Star Solutions, has presented an offer, like the Godfather, to the group, telling you all of this vast conspiracy that has perpetrated across the city since C-Day, and in fact is connected to C-Day, also known as the Day of the Cataclysm, or Cataclysm Day, or Catastrophe Day. It really depends on who on the street you ask. But the day essentially when Los Angeles was destroyed, when LA died. It was brought back to life by the corporations, and ever since apparently there has been some kind of scheme or master plan in motion between Kylan and the rest of the corporations that he's hinted at. And he's also hinted at to all of you now that you are all players, or rather pieces, in a large game.
He upgraded us from pieces to players. Cass commented.
According to Cass.
He said that.
He said
it.
He said, if you choose to see yourselves that way. So this huge conspiracy you guys have gotten a glimpse of now. Y'all have finally managed to get a snapshot, at least through Kylan's eyes, as to what's been going on and what the Callisto 6 energy source was, which is of shock to some manner of shock, but also to some level of frustration. No one knows. And according to Kylan, he doesn't even know what the Callisto 6 energy source is. Only that it was discovered underneath Los Angeles around the time of C-Day. And Kylan didn't hint at whether or not it was connected to the events of the earthquake. He seemed to infer that he didn't know that either. Only that it was somehow connected. He also inferred that you were all in possession of a power source that was the ace up his sleeve, and that was keeping him in the game with the rest of the players. And now that it's in your possession, he's making you an offer to continue that plan moving forward, and in return, he'll make it safe for you all to continue living your lives. Namely, pointing at your families and saying he will do what he can to protect your families, as he is still playing by this set of rules that he references that nobody else is playing by anymore. Rules that apparently the other corporations agreed on, that he still plays by, but everyone else is kind of stepping out of bounds now to get what they want, because apparently, according to him, the end game is close. And he's desperate now. So he's made you an offer. Be his Callisto 6. Be the energy source that he needs to get what he needs done. You guys can go about being heroes of the city, and your families will be taken off the board. If you refuse, taken off the board as pieces. They will not be in play.
They won't be used.
I'm continuing these gaming metaphors.
Okay.
Speaking in poker terms.
If you refuse, Kylan did not directly threaten anyone. He simply stated that if you refuse this, he's going to have to do something unpredictable, that he will be in a weakened position, flat out admitting that he would be in a weakened and desperate position, and that he might have to do something unpredictable.
And our families were no longer under his protection.
He would have no motivation for protecting anybody at that point, except himself. He would have to devote all of his resources to keeping him relevant to what's happening. If Kylan is to be believed, that means that Kylan is an extremely dangerous and very advantageous position against all of you. There's also theory number 2. He's lying his ass off. Who knows? It's hard to say with Kylan Kraus. But he did tip you off that your friend Anton, who is currently in Cassium, right across the way in the plaza, who was trying to infiltrate his very own company to acquire a suit in order to keep his body intact and a little more, he had more command over his own body, was in danger. That set up a confrontation between all of the corporations. Essentially, the plaza became a killing zone where a team of 40 corporate security tried to capture Anton, but with the help of a mysterious stranger, who's commonly in the circles that he goes by known as the Deathless, a mysterious cybernetic thief, helped Anton escape, and all hell broke loose in the plaza. You guys barely managed to get away, but not before tapping Kylan and saying, if we die here, and a brilliant move by Luma, if we die here, you're never going to get your answer or your Callisto 6 power source. Kylan saw the wisdom in the words, and he sent help. And game mechanic wise, Gina, you spent XP to initiate, help me, Tinkerbell!
Yep.
So instead of, instead of Tinkerbell showing up and throwing pirates out windows, instead, one woman named Oniko showed up by herself and began to slaughter.
Her and about 7 other of her.
Apparently.
Yeah. I don't like that.
No one's really certain exactly what this woman did when she initiated her combat against the 40 corporate guards. You only know that she decided to stand toe-to-toe with 40 corporate security, and when you fled the plaza, she was still going. And there was a body count starting to pile up. The plaza had fled. You guys encountered Traeger decided to deal itself into the combat in the last second as I initiated a GM intrusion off of 2 1s that you guys rolled. And a big-ass war droid dropped in mech warrior style and tried to blast the place up and take y'all down. Unfortunately, Traeger, apparently not quite as informed as Kylan Kraus, didn't realize that you had a highly advanced world's only technopath on the team. And after 1 round of combat, the war droid that had the capability of laying some of y'all out became a puppy and followed Lacey home.
We would have taken it down eventually.
You were doing heck of damage.
I feel like we would have.
I'm just gonna say this: you guys did beat the crap out of that thing.
Yeah.
You hammered it down. It doesn't have a lot of outward physical damage aside from busted lighting sources where you can see some of its power levels and some peeled armor. But for the most part, it's walking and moving just fine. And Lacey was able to connect their mind to the protocols of the war droid, break the corporate protocols, shut them down, and give it direct commands, causing the war droid to literally just go docile and begin to follow Lacey out. You all escaped, went back to Lacey's shop, and rendezvoused there with the airship. Not very inconspicuous. And upon arrival, had a big group discussion about what the hell your next move was. Now, the team, this is the clinch point. Everyone's divided. Although most of the team is in favor of doing something that no one would see coming, going public with what you can do and who you are. It is a reckless,
crazy
plan.
Genius.
That none of the masterminds over in corporate LA would see coming.
That's nice.
But it opens you up to new challenges. And right now the group is conflicted on whether or not those challenges are worth it, or if you want to try to take Kylan's deal and play Kylan Kraus, has been the other side of the argument. Can we take the deal and try to play the master?
Take him down from the inside.
The consensus has been back and forth that the answer is no to that. No one wants to attempt it. Everyone's spooked by Kylan. But there has been a new variable entered into it right where we left off. Coach Shi's employer has asked for a meeting, wants to meet you guys, and wants to speak to you about what you're not sure. But he seems, whoever they are, they seem to be pretty interested in getting to know you. And whoever they are, apparently no friend of corporate LA, as the Deathless was sent in specifically for corporate espionage and to seize data from Cassium. We start tonight, the next morning. If you remember, we were at sunset when we left off, when Lacey was in the shop, your war droid standing outside the shop.
Working on the ship.
Yeah.
Yep.
Luma, you
Yeah.
and Well, no, sorry. It was actually Hops, and it was Cass that were outside throwing some punches and whatnot, just trying to get it.
She missed a lot.
She will continue to miss
She missed.
We will miss her in return.
Oh.
So right now, Anton has decided, whatever happens, the next 24 hours, y'all have a safety net. Anton has decided to go home and get some rest. But he's in direct contact with you guys all the time. And something else you notice, too, when Anton leaves, is that you're still aware of him. There's still that sensation that you're aware of him, somehow. Cass is agitated, to say the least. And much like her last name, Chark, she has been pacing back and forth like a shark that cannot stop moving.
Jerk.
Yeah. So, she has been very agitated. And the workout that you guys get together kind of helps her kind of cool down a little bit. But the things you notice, too, is another reminder, even after all the events that happened yesterday in the plaza, and everything you all have went through, aside from emotionally, I'll let you, of course, have full context of where you're at with that. But physically, your bodies are not in any way tired. None of you feel worn down physically by everything that happened. You should, but you don't. Probably an effect. However, I'll give you this, Hops. Whatever everyone else is doing at the shop right now, and I'm going to assume that those who didn't declare that they were going home decided to spend the night here.
Yeah.
With everybody else. Would you say that's accurate, Oya, or would you have gone back home?
I think I would have gone back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Oya went back home. We'll say Cass went back home too.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll work close. We go back to our families.
Yeah.
So then why don't we do this? We'll say that it's 8 a.m. the next morning. The shop is scheduled to open today. So you have about an hour and a half before people come in. And you're all pretty prompt in arriving at about the same time. Anton and Cass arrive about the same time as everybody else. Anton does not seem as jovial as he normally does. He has that very sort of like straight look on his face, really focusing on everybody when they talk. One thing you're definitely gonna have to do is decide what to do with the dropship and the war droid, which has remained here overnight.
I think some of us were searching it and also painting it, yeah?
Yeah, that was the thing that we were doing.
You were gonna
for the
paint
rest of
it?
our evening.
Yeah.
And that was the spray cans and Dazzler doing the flush.
Okay. Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
Yeah, so the night before we were painting it and also searching it.
And searching.
You're gonna search it? Okay.
We declared we were searching the
Yeah.
dropship.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were
That's right.
searching the
Yeah,
dropship,
yeah.
Eric.
Yes.
Eric, the dropship got searched.
Yep, yep,
You know what
Excellent.
we did? We
It
searched
has
the
happened.
dropship.
I'm very
It has
pleased,
happened.
and I'm sure Monty Cook Games, who's probably in chat, is gonna be very pleased to hear that I am now gonna dole out ciphers.
Yay!
Because
Only took
it's
us
the
6
freaking
episodes.
cipher system. No, we're on episode 8. It took more than 6 episodes for us to finally use what the entire system is built on.
All right, we are
I
overachieving.
searched it in the first episode, but I didn't find it again.
I searched a little bit.
We didn't have one the first episode.
For like, what?
We got the dropship after we.
Oh, the second.
I think by the end of the first episode.
It's okay. I'm just poking fun.
I have to sneeze.
To be honest,
Fucking month.
a lot of us are just used to.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Okay.
I'm sneezy too today.
It's a sneezy couple
All right.
days.
Hey,
Hey. Happy.
Hey,
let's roll 2d10s. Who wants to roll 2d10s?
me.
All right,
Oh,
2D, 2 of them?
yeah, go ahead and
Go
roll, Bonnie.
for
Go ahead
it.
and roll.
Let me find.
Lisa,
Do I have enough?
you may call me Oya. Just kidding.
you may call me Oya.
I heard you starting to call me Oya.
Well, I called her Bonnie, and I was like, well, I can't just call you Oya if I haven't called her Hops. Like, I gotta commit somewhere.
It's
Exactly.
okay.
No. I appreciate the consistency.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got 2 5.
This is 10, right?
55.
55.
All right,
Yes.
so y'all searching the dropship. So,
I got a 3 and a 6.
so what's the first digit?
Huh?
What's the first digit? 36.
Oh, 3? Oh, sorry, I rolled them at the same time.
That's okay. Does one of them have 2 digits?
Yeah, 3 is
So
0.
36.
Yeah, 36.
Okay, cool.
Got it.
Cool. So 36. All right, let me hold that number. I'm gonna do this first with Bonnie. So 55, you said? Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
I win.
So Bonnie.
You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Come on down.
So by the way, a lot of these devices do not look familiar to you guys at all. So fortunately, you have a tech genius with you.
Oh, good. Who?
Oh, did they die?
My cousin.
Never mind.
Listen.
Okay.
That stuff.
Okay, so Bonnie. Oh, it's under D. Whoops.
I know.
I know too.
Maybe I shouldn't get the cipher because I was outside beating up Cass. So maybe
No, everybody's gonna get.
everyone's okay.
I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
that
there's
to you.
gifts for everyone.
Okay.
It's presents.
Yay.
The spirit of the holiday.
This is me throwing my book.
Okay. Curiously enough, it doesn't. Oh, here we go.
That's how I celebrate presents.
There's one in here that says massive. That's
Throwing
fantastic.
books.
Yeah.
Okay. So, pulling out some of these tactical bags, you sticking your hand inside and kind of shifting around, you're coming across things like new pairs of gloves, tactical gloves, and things like that we're using that some of the strike teams use. You are coming across medium armor that you could wear on your chest. It's a little bulky and cumbersome, kind of hard to move in, but it does give you an armor of 2, and it increased armor against ballistics and specifically plasma blasts.
Ooh.
So there's that.
Would-
Those are going to be available to everybody because the tactical teams had these in their footlockers in this dropship. But Bonnie, you come across a small triangular device that it's almost shaped. It's almost shaped like a small pyramid. Really, it's about that. Everyone's saying Taliesin, but no, it's not Taliesin. It's just a small triangular device shaped like a pyramid that happens to be Taliesin. And in the dead center of it, you see a small like green field that looks like it could light up if it was activated. And it fits about this big. It fits in the palm of your hand. It's made out of metal. It's black, tactical-looking metal. I'm not even going to have you roll because Lacey does not need to roll to identify
I'll just go.
anything.
What is it?
Lacey, that is as she just kind of thrusts it into your face. And it's like, what is this? That is a matter disruption detonator.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Down, gently.
It's a
Gently. Thanks.
projects a small physical explosive up to a distance away that explodes in an immediate radius, releasing nanites that rearrange matter in random ways and inflicts damage equal to the cipher's level. Roll a d6, please, Bonnie.
It's a bomb.
It's a bomb that
Dang
does
it!
fucked up things.
With nanites.
A 5.
So that bomb, when it pops, does 9 points of damage radius. And Sam, Lacey would identify this weapon is insidious. It literally remolecularizes other matter. So when this thing goes off, you wouldn't, if it went off in your hand, you wouldn't explode. Your hand might end up in your head.
That's not where it goes.
No, this could literally cause
I don't want to
horrific
face
mutations instantaneously, not just to organic matter, but to inorganic matter
Let's
as well.
put this
It
back
literally
in the box.
reorganizes molecular structures when it detonates. Think of it like this. It's an instantaneous transporter accident to everything in the radius.
It's literally me and a bomb.
Is there like a safety box we can put that in? Like for safekeeping? Is there?
It's bad.
We're just
What
gonna
was
put
yours?
it back in the box.
Do you want-
36.
36. You're like, oh, I want
I want stuff.
Here, take my bomb.
What? Don't throw that at me.
Okay.
It's a time bomb.
Org bomb.
Hey.
Fracking nanites.
That is vicious.
What?
Okay. So, Oya, what you pull out of this bag as you're kind of looking through it, you also see a lot of the standard stuff that you're seeing. This person, however, might have been a sharpshooter, judging from like some of the maintenance equipment you see on the inside, because you pull out what looks like 2 small goggles that actually fit on top of any pair of glasses that you want, and they grant the user dark sight. So you can see in not. So right now, your glasses give y'all low light vision and enhanced vision. This will let you see with the absence of light. It's true dark vision. You can see in total darkness. And roll a d6.
Yes, I will do that. 6.
All right, so it's a 6th level cipher. When you activate it, it lasts for up to 8 hours. Wow. And then once the 8 hours is expended, you cannot use it again. It's all ciphers are one use.
Oh,
I think Oya has.
We'll talk about
Oya
that.
has a special thing.
We'll talk about that.
Oya, you talking to me?
Are you talking about your ability to reverse time?
No, God, no.
That's
genius.
That's kind of game breaking.
Super, yo.
The cipher still has another 8 hours, you guys.
Oh
What
my
do you know?
goodness! No, I wasn't talking about that. Oya has a special thing where she can hold,
Yeah.
or I guess it's up to
3 ciphers. So I guess that's
Yeah.
Dude, I can hold up
because you chose adept, and you did too, didn't you, Bunny?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
So adepts can hold more ciphers.
we can hold more, but not for longer. It's like once they
No, it just
expire,
means
we still
because everybody else can only hold 2.
Right.
You guys as adepts, y'all are the little more the intellect like powerhouse.
Cool.
Everybody, you get to 3. So,
Okay, cool.
What'd you roll, Luma?
I thought I only had 2.
You said just 2 people roll.
Oh no, they go first.
Okay, well then I'm
you and
gonna
Sam are both
roll.
rolling. Yeah.
Well, that's terrifying.
What'd you
They
roll?
stock a lot of bombs on this. 55.
Yes.
Same as Bonnie.
A lot
You
of
got-
bombs.
That's amazing. You got another
On
one.
another
Yeah.
bomb.
Roll d6.
Do I have?
Yep.
It's scary.
How?
That's just 60.
That's just 60? Okay.
60.
Just straight
And
60.
6. Okay.
Whoa, yours is more powerful.
So yours does 10 points of damage when it detonates.
Woof.
Wow.
Those are very dangerous. Those are very dangerous
Like, keep them
weapons.
somewhere safe. I don't
that
want
y'all
to hold
have.
mine. I'm not holding mine.
What did I find?
What did you roll to 16?
60.
Oh, good times.
Yeah, very.
You also got a detonator.
Are you. What?
And yours is even more fucked up.
You get a detonator, and you get a detonator.
And you
Nobody
get a
wants a
detonator.
detonator.
You,
Christmas.
Bomb Oprah? Come on.
I mean, what do you think's going to be in the dropship? It's not puppy collars.
This
I
is a
wish it were
level
puppy
10 cipher.
Brack and a stack.
Wow. Level 10.
Now, when you pull this one out, it looks a little different. This one does not look triangular shaped at all. It actually looks like a circle. And it has written across it, Lacey, you can pick it up because a lot of this, all the numericals, this looks like an experimental detonation device that was probably going to be field tested at some point.
Great.
I won't have you roll, Lacey, because again, your character doesn't need to roll. However, identifying that, Lacey, for a second, you're not sure. You kind of second guess yourself looking at it because it is indeed experimental tech. It is a detonator, projects a small physical explosive up to long distance away that explodes and creates a momentary singularity
Whoa.
that tears at the fabric of the universe. It inflicts 20 points of damage to everyone within range, drawing them in together to immediate range if possible. Player characters in the radius who fail a might defense roll move down 1 step on the damage track.
Whoa.
You don't even get...
So
You just moved down a step on the damage track.
it's like a big ol' Zarya ult.
It's worse than a... Imagine if Zarya ult came complete with Junkrat's explosion.
Wait, the party actually coordinated? No,
Yeah.
we're done.
So what you're holding, Gina, it seems, if you want to do some deductions, it seems unlikely that this was meant to be put in that bag, or that it was.
You accidentally grab an experimental explosive.
Let me just put it this way:
There's a hole in the fabric of
something
the
that
world.
something that powerful and that experimental and that high tech, probably somebody. It's unlikely that that was brought on the mission to capture you guys. Let's put it that way.
Or someone took initiative because they didn't know what they were dealing with.
It's possible. Totally possible.
Either way, I really
you were
don't like
holding-
any of these. These are
Yeah.
awful, except that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you're the only one that's like,
I have
Luma-
a strong urge to wrap all of these in bubble wrap.
Luma, you have in your hand something that has the capability of forming, for a split second, a naked singularity that could tear open space-time.
Awesome.
The worst
I can't wait to party this Saturday.
And the crew of the Saturday beams in and says, and then they beam. So,
Thank goodness I didn't throw this.
Okay.
Anybody want to go play
so
catch?
this is gonna be one of those fun instances where I actually allow some of the super science to come into it because we are kind of leaning more and more into that.
Yes.
However, you guys search this this thing, and you also have not drawn ciphers yet. So, in that spirit, and because we're down people tonight, I'm gonna have everyone roll again. There are, this-
Bomb, please don't be a bomb. Please don't be a bomb.
tell you what, if it's a detonator, we'll re-roll. We'll
Okay.
mix this up. Yeah.
No more bomb.
okay.
We're
No more bombs. We're good on
So
bombs.
gotta make your rolls again.
Is 51 a bomb?
Oh, wait.
We're gonna do some. We're gonna no. No, it's not
Wait.
because I'm going to start using the subtle ciphers.
I rolled-
Give you guys something big.
16.
I rolled 2 double digits this time.
Okay, so we're going to start over. We're going to start over with hops. So you rolled a 16.
A 16.
You also gain dark sight. You also find a pair of those little goggles that actually give pure night vision.
Okay, but can they connect to anything Do I have to be wearing glasses to
You
use
do.
it?
They don't have to be mounted to tech glasses.
Okay.
They can literally slide onto the lenses of any glasses, and they'll open up. They'll basically when you put these little cylinders on the front of glasses, they attach and just zzz, and they literally spread a digital screen out in front of you.
Hey, cool.
I don't really
You're
have
connected.
anything.
Nope.
Look at me. I have a tech thing.
You're like part of the same century as us.
What'd
again.
you get, Lacey?
51.
51. Oh, interesting. Oh, you're gonna like that one.
I'm so nervous. I feel like
Lacey-
it's Tech Christmas.
You actually come across something that you might be able to use later, if you so desire.
Tekaka?
What'd you say?
We're talking about Tech Christmas, and I was like, yeah, Christmas makes me nervous too, but this is Tekaka, so it's okay.
Roll a d6, if you could, please.
Great word.
Oh, yeah, should I have done that?
1.
Yeah.
So it's a level 3 cipher.
Why couldn't it have been the bomb? Okay.
Yeah, roll a d6.
All right, level 3.
Yeah.
5 again.
So it's a. We're gonna say it's a level 5 cipher then, just straight. So what'd you roll?
1, so it was a level 3 cipher. You
It's a level 3 cipher. Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm back. Hi, everybody.
Welcome back.
Okay, it is. Oh, where did I lost it? Oh, here we go. For 1 hour, this cipher indicates when any movement occurs within short range, and when large creatures or objects move within long range. The cipher will distinguish between the two. Okay, so you can actually detect short and long range,
That's cool.
and it's also objects, so anything that moves. It also indicates the number and size of the creatures or objects in motion. You have a high-tech motion sensor.
Cool.
All right.
What'd you get, Gina?
28.
28. All right.
It's a toaster. Honestly, that would be so happy for me. I get to cook things? Great. We
a
don't have a
toaster.
toaster.
A toaster.
Yeah, I kept
There's no
forgetting to get
toaster
a-
in the...
Another
We were
paralyzer.
talking about it for a while, and I forgot.
We were going to put one in Deary, and then we thought that would be incredibly rude. But
You guys
I still
laughing
think
off
it'd
screen
be
because you
fun.
got the reference? All right, so Luma,
Yes.
roll a d6.
Okay.
And then do a barrel roll.
3.
3.
Is that good or bad?
Just breaking out the fucking references tonight. 3. So it's a level 4 cipher.
Level 4 cipher. Okay.
Luma, you've seen this before.
I have.
Yes.
Is it a cookie?
It's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing, but it's not a bad thing. But you've seen this stuff before on the street.
Okay. In what capacity?
You pull out what looks like a small cylinder, and when you pop it open, you see that it actually has an injector. So
Oh, boy.
it is a high-tech syringe, basically. That could be used at a moment's notice.
What's in
is a combat enhancer.
Okay.
So for the next hour,
Drink
the
tea.
user can apply one level of effort to any task without spending points from a pool. The level of effort provided by this cipher does not count towards the maximum amount of effort a character can normally apply to one task.
Dope.
Say, okay.
You get a free level of
I get a
effort as
free
if you have
level
a
of
power
effort.
shift.
Yeah, so you pop that thing in, and it's gonna it's basically a neural enhancer. So it causes the neural stimulation in your brain to act faster. So you're actually able to move, act. You're a little bit stronger.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
They come down.
Don't give it to me. My brain's already on fire.
but it does specify that it is for combat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that basically it's for combat related tasks
Sure.
only.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, cool.
I need a lot of help in those scenarios. So.
You're flawless.
So go ahead.
49.
And unarmed.
No.
49.
I got the 9 part, but I was like, wait, what was 4 again? I can't believe I forgot 4. That's the easier one.
Uh-oh. Detonator.
No, it's just so appropriate.
Oh.
Ooh.
A watch.
No, it's wow. I could not have planned this. Roll a d6.
1.
Okay, so it's a level 3 cipher. Interestingly enough, this is perfect for you. So you've gone into the personal effects of one of these, one of the members of this unit. It is a meditation aid.
Oh, That's so nice.
It looks like a little stimulator that you put on the side of your head that actually it literally quells anxiety. It causes you to. So popping this baby on restores a number of points equal to the cipher's level to the user's intellect.
What?
You need that.
Very nice.
What?
So what'd you roll again? 3? Was that
I
total?
rolled a 1.
You rolled so it's a level 3.
Level 3.
So if you activate this, you put this thing on the corner of your head and activate it, and you'll immediately get back 3 intellect points.
Oh, that's great.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. Now, as we close this part of the game up, I just want y'all to know that it is not only my duty, but a part of the game to dole out ciphers regularly. So, definitely. So get hungry and search for loot when you guys do stuff.
Yay.
Because you can have all sorts. Not that being that y'all are we're in the superhero genre and y'all are typically doing things way above what the normal striking power of a typical character can do. Ciphers are still going to help y'all moving forward.
Yes.
Especially because the game gets harder from here. So,
Yes.
without further ado, after hours of searching and painting and whatnot, now the dropship does look a little less recognizable as what it was when you guys first got it. Impressive work. Luma, either because of them being enhanced by the Callisto 6 energy source or not, but for whatever reason, you actually accomplished quite a bit of painting on this
This is
dropship.
the first time I felt like myself in a while.
I just
I get lost in it.
I love that. That's a great. So, also, you all recovered ciphers.
Yeah.
Everyone gained an experience point.
Yay!
Yep, because when you discover stuff, particularly artifacts, reward experience points, but everyone gained 1 XP.
Thank you.
Because remember, Cipher System, you're rewarded for exploring and discovery. So, normally, painting an aircraft is not something that someone does overnight.
No.
It's just not. And by the time people arrive
You
in
get
the
a lot
morning,
done with spray cans.
by the time you guys arrive in the morning, there's a pile of empty spray cans, kind of around the entrance that you all see Luma tossing into the recycling bins.
Oh my God. We're
Painting.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. Welcome back.
Were you here all night painting?
I guess.
You're gonna.
Now that's badass.
morning.
You hear Cass just blurt out as she's looking up at this thing.
Isn't Luma great?
God, it looks so good.
Thanks. I've done a full dazzle camouflage,
Awesome.
so it's like the like crazy striped design.
Okay.
You're
Back in the wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all have an hour and a half
Figured it's a
before the
nice
shop
little-
opens, and probably about another 45 minutes before people start getting here.
Your mom brought cookies to run for you. They're
thank
not
you.
as good as yours.
They never are. Oh, I'm
not.
so
I
hungry.
have a couple of thermoses of cafecito for everyone.
Thank you. This is usually my job. Can I have some right now?
Oh.
I've been awake
wait.
a long time.
Did your mom make that?
Yeah.
Cass immediately moves over and goes, "Oh my god."
Should I prepare?
You can't.
You might not
she's-
go back to other coffee.
She starts drinking it deeply.
Okay.
Anton doesn't partake. He's just looking at the dropship like, wow.
I should probably stick to decaf for a while.
This is good.
Everyone kind of lets the warmth spread throughout their bodies. It has a
I didn't know
calming
coffee could
effect.
taste good. It usually tastes like butts.
This is definitely unbutt coffee.
Yeah.
Unbutt coffee. The Callisto
out-
6 brand.
I'll take out a flask.
Okay.
Ooh, what you got there?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll pour a little bit.
Cass goes,
Now
hell yes.
it's now
hell
it's
yes.
a party.
Can I have
There
one
we
more?
go.
Just
A
a little
little
bit.
Irish coffee.
Now it tastes like butts again.
Hops. Hops. Just a little bit more.
Here, you
But the
can have
coffee
a fresh
There you go,
cup.
Cass.
Thank you.
All right.
If you won't mind.
There's plenty.
Thank you.
Anton walks over and just goes, "So what did we decide? Have we thought about it? I'm sorry, not to be a mood, not to like bring down the mood or anything. It's just I wasn't really able to sleep last night.
Me neither.
Yeah, me three.
I slept.
Point at the ship.
Yeah, no, that looks great. That looks really great.
Thanks.
Good job, Luma.
Look, I understand how you all want to go public with this, but keep in mind that if we do that, like, what's the hourly rate for a superhero? Like, how are we gonna support our families? How are we gonna work?
Yeah.
I won't be able to work if the people I work with know that I can shoot lightning out of my hand. So if we do this, I would kind of like to remain anonymous, if possible. I don't know how that would work.
Could start a Kickstarter. You heard Cass just blurt out. If that's still a thing.
She's a kickstopper. I mean, if you want to be like a masked superhero. That'd be kind of cool.
That's so cheesy.
I like cheese
Me too.
and superheroes. And
Hey,
masks
I don't know about you, but I like masks and just.
You activate the holographic skull mask.
Yeah.
You
You
just-
could have cool masks just like that.
this vibrant, like neon, like shifting colors of yellows and purples and blues. Just it activates right across Luma's face.
But no,
I don't know about you. Maybe it's just all the paint fumes I've been accidentally inhaling all night. Don't worry, I've been wearing the mask. It's just, there's a lot of paint everywhere now. Look, one of the options we still don't know yet, right?
That's very true.
So,
Catchy or
hey,
whatever.
how about we
Catchy.
just.
His boss.
Let's just take it easy till all of the horrible options are in front of us, and then we make a decision.
and the rules are that you don't tell other people's secrets. So if you want to be secret, we don't tell.
Yeah, that's
That's the rules. We made the rules.
We did make the rules.
And for like each of us, maybe being anonymous isn't as important. Like I know for me, I've just been like looking for full-time work and just doing freelance here and there. So like I can be a freelance under any name. But like, what is it that you do?
I just,
Something about the criminal underground, right?
What?
yeah, criminal's definitely
That was what
not
Colin
the
Cross
right
said.
word for it.
Wait,
In the
you
meeting.
work with the criminal underground?
No, I don't work with them.
Do you work against them? Are you already a superhero?
No.
Is that why you don't want to go public? Because it would be like two different ones?
No.
You're
Oh
not
my
a cop, are
gosh.
you?
No.
You kind of are.
I just,
Do?
I get information when I can, but a lot of the time it's just you got to play the game.
You have to
and
teach
I'm
all of us,
really
like,
good
are
at
you
playing
like a
the
spy or
game.
something?
Not a spy.
I don't understand what you do.
I play
a
pool.
spy.
I play cards.
You play pool and cards?
Yeah. But
That's what all the
Are you a pool
metaphors
shark?
were.
A pool shark?
Your cat's just.
I mean, it's why I was
high
able
five
to get
cats.
a custom. It's why I was able to get a custom lightning rod.
Oh my god, that is a pool cue. I never noticed before now.
You turned after we stopped seeing each other. You turned to a life of crime.
I'm not a criminal, Anton. Come on, you know me. No, okay. I had to. Are we really gonna? This is not important. Can we
No,
just
I
talk?
really wanna know. I'm
no,
sorry.
we need to talk
What's
about
a really
our
good distraction?
I
decision.
still got coffee. I'm ready to hear a story.
Yeah. I just
If she doesn't want to tell, she
when I
doesn't have
was
to tell.
when I was little, after my dad passed, I had to do whatever I could to get by, and I kind of had to work for people that weren't that great. I was like a kid, 13, 14, just running around. I was more like a messenger per se, but I don't know. It's how I learned how to fight, and it's how I don't know. I didn't like doing that job anymore, so I kind of made my own rules.
The last time I saw you, or the last time I heard from you, you were working like regular work, weren't you?
No, I probably just told you that. My mom had a job for a little bit, but she didn't keep it.
You could have called me, right?
Anton, I was like 13 years old. I didn't know what to do. I just did whatever I could, And now we're fine. I make great money. But again, I don't want to, if the person across from me trying to bluff me out of a full house knows that I can shoot a lightning rod out of my hand.
Are we doing the game metaphors again?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I
If they had, if
I
they
need
had
to follow
this
them
in
this time. So I
literal.
need to know they're happening. That's all.
I think
Sorry.
this one's literal.
The
Actual
full house?
cards.
This is
Actual
actual
cards.
cards. Yeah. So
Okay.
if someone has a better hand and they're trying to bluff me out of it, but they're not gonna. I don't know. It's just this could ruin my work per se.
like-
and I also use whatever information I get to kind of help the people that need it.
Well, Anton steps in and says, "Look, you know that I really agree with Hops. Like, I really think that I have a lot of the same concerns that Hops has, and I have a family, and you all heard what I had to say, and I've been up all night thinking about the crazy weird comic book thing you were saying, and
Ugh. Weird.
just everything that's happening, and I've been struggling with this idea of higher calling and what happens next and all of that, and my position is this. I think it's a bad idea. But for whatever reason, fate or whatever you want to call it, like if it's destiny or if it's whatever that's lined up for us, we're in this together. So if it's what you guys want to do, I'll back you.
I agree with Anton. But look, if we do this, we have to be careful and watch each other's backs. The minute we go public with this, it's not just the city that knows, it's everyone. What if the government comes for us? What if they want to cut us open and find out what's inside of us? Like, you know, there's only 6 of us and a whole world out there that might want what we have. You know, it's us against them now. Not like in that sense per se, but, you know, it's not just the city and the corporations we have to worry about once we go public. It's everyone, the government, the world,
The people that we don't know about yet.
Exactly. That we put giant targets on our backs.
Lacey,
And that's just
you
my fault.
see an indicator that you're getting a message coming through.
I know. I'm just saying. Pretty sure the government probably already knows about us.
Yeah, I agree.
You see the very handsome face of a Russian cybernetic thief pop up on the screen right in front of you.
Stupid sexy.
He looks at you for a second and just goes, "Hello, my tech friend.
Hello, my tech friend.
I'm contacting you for obvious reasons. I think it's time to give an answer to the employer.
Yeah, we are going to meet. Where should we meet?
So I can confirm you.
Yeah, we agreed.
It's very important that I know nothing more. So I'm going to let the employer know that you have agreed, and the employer can figure out the hell they want to contact you from here. It's not my job, and if everyone wants to play this safe, it's probably best that less people know.
Okay. We don't tell other people secrets. It's the rule.
That's good rule. Good rule.
Yeah.
You can hack things, yes?
Why do you ask?
I just wanted to leave my number, but I'm wondering if there's a point.
I mean, I wouldn't do it if you really, really, really don't want me to.
It's very, very kind. I'll leave a way to get in contact with me on this transmission.
Thank you.
Whatever it is that you people are and plan to do, good luck. You seem like decent people.
And whatever it is that you're doing with all the tech I don't know about, good luck.
Best not to wish me luck. I don't always do things that are lawful.
I did crimes yesterday.
It feels good, doesn't it?
It does want to, yeah. I'm gonna be a punk rebel like Cass.
Maybe I too should be punk rebel.
Yeah! It's the thing everyone's doing. My brother used to do it too. Anyway. Yeah, yeah, employer thing. Cool.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Cuts out.
We're gonna hear from Costa soon.
The boss of the
Yeah, the boss of the person of Costa.
How much time is on our Kyling Kraus meter?
Midnight.
Yeah, midnight
Midnight?
tonight, really. He gave you all till midnight tonight. 24 hours technically, but midnight tonight.
I know we have to go to the meeting. I want to go to the base.
Oh yeah, that was a thing that we found.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be so cool.
Huh.
Do we have to do that first? Maybe he'll want to meet. Well, he
I
can't
don't know.
meet there because then it won't be a secret base.
I have some issues that I've got to take care of.
Alright.
Are
Okay.
you all right?
You want some coffee?
I'm
on the way
fine.
out?
It's just that my corporation came after me,
Yeah.
so I need to clear out a little bit. And
Are you gonna be safe if you go away? I mean, you're
Yes.
not. But do you have?
I think I am going to be safe. Yes,
Let us know if you need anything at all.
I will. And
You better not be disappearing on us right now.
no. I'm not.
We'll
trying
hunt you down.
I'm not trying to disappear. I wouldn't do that to y'all. I just need to go wrap some things up because my parents have no idea what's going on or what's about to happen. There's really
Do they live in Los Angeles?
no,
Where do they live?
not in Los Angeles.
Okay. I mean, if
That's
we are
good, at
going
least.
public, I have to tell my dads.
Well, we haven't made that decision yet because I honestly don't think we should do it unless we all are ready to do it. And I respect that you don't want to. I think
Cass-
it
And we'll talk to the Costa guy
Hey.
when they get back to us.
I'm not going to let him go back to his apartment by himself
Good.
and take all of this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
And you see Anton just say, I'm gonna be fine. And
No.
Cass is like, you want to try to arm wrestle me?
You're gonna lose.
Buddy system.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Cass.
Thank you.
Keep in touch, Cass.
Yep.
We should try and make a pact.
Don't kick anyone's ass without me.
If we do ever have to
I
separate,
won't.
we
No
should never
kicking.
separate alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Buddy
agreed.
system.
Like a buddy system. Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Cass immediately wraps her arms around Anton and says, "Buddy," and squishes him right up, like turns him into like.
Oh.
And you see Anton elongate, just kind of squish up, and he goes, "Right, yeah, thank you, Cass." Thank you."
You look like a tube of toothpaste.
Well, actually, his head is fine, so it's kind of like really weird looking, kind of like he looks like a Tim Burton marionette doll, just kind of like swaying back and forth. And he goes, "Yes, thank you, Cass. That's good.
All right.
Thank you."
All right.
See you
All
in the
right.
morning.
And then she
Cool.
just like an accordion, just like pulls him back out, and she goes, "Ha." We'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay.
All right.
So do I have to go back to your shitty corporate apartment? Yeah, you do. And they walk off, get back into Anton's car.
I kind of want to work on Honey before we hear back. I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
I just
So
I mean, the shop's gonna open soon, and
it's gonna open soon. You'll have a drop ship sitting out front and a big war droid standing outside the front door. What do
that's
you?
what I want to
That's
work
right.
on.
Yeah.
I mean,
So what? My question is, what are you doing with those two rather large and noticeable objects?
well, so I was going to be working on Honey, and unless someone else wants to learn how to fly the dropship,
Will the war droid fit in the dropship?
yes.
We can hide,
Can
storage
we
right there.
hide the? Here's a question I want to ask.
Okay.
This base that you found, you said
Yeah.
it was underwater.
Yeah.
How the hell are we gonna get there?
With the
dropship?
dropship.
It goes underwater.
I mean,
Well, that's convenient. Okay,
I can
that's better.
I can check the water tightness.
No,
Yeah, we should probably test it before
all
we do
I'm
that.
saying is I can't swim, so I'm a little
I
nervous.
thought we were just
if-
gonna go diving.
That'd be cool. But if
You ever scuba dived?
No, I don't know how to. I like stay in the shallow end in pools.
Lacey, you're contacted.
Whoa. Okay, they got back to me already. Never mind. Okay. Hang on. Boop.
Appearing on the screen is a middle-aged man. Looks Latino. He's wearing a very nice-looking suit. His hair is combed and cut short. He looks like a respectable businessman, but doesn't look corp. He doesn't look like he's wearing like the latest fashions from corporate LA. He looks a little more vintage, for lack of a better
I'm getting the most Don Draper vibe.
I'm totally picturing Edward James Olmos right now in my head. Like,
Whoa. Okay, you can't just do that.
Oh my god.
Whatever deal you got, we are in. Let's go.
all right, follow Edward
Hang
James
with us.
Olmos.
He's looking
Everybody,
good. Let us-
watch Mayans on FX.
Just watch everything he's in.
Yeah.
That. Okay. So I see him,
Hello,
and-
gorgeous.
And talk to him at cons because he is a delight. He is so approachable. He is super cool.
Sorry, I didn't mean to drag that up.
So Ian just says, "Am I talking to Lacey?"
I'm Lacey.
Lacey, I am your contact on behalf of the employer I think Deathless spoke to you about. My
Hi,
name
Con.
is Miguel Mendoza.
Nice to meet you.
Are you all going to be available later today?
Let me check my calendar real quick.
Sure.
Yeah.
Great. There's an event that's happening today.
Oh.
Don't know if you're aware, but it's actually...
I'm not on board, so you can hear it.
Oh.
Saying something about event.
Are you just telling him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you
Miguel
said,
telling-
Yeah.
in a sad voice. which
Is
is
Miguel
wild.
telling us about, or telling Lacey about the event?
Yeah, and Lacey, you can bring this up to everybody if you want.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Oh.
So everyone's...
Exposition.
He is.
He's only by the way seeing you and speaking to you, even though the rest of y'all can
Yeah.
see. It's like
Gotcha.
sharing a call.
Yeah.
He just says,
Sorry.
I don't know if you're aware, you've been pretty busy lately from what I'm being told, but today's the day of Bike Show. Now, give you a quick background. Bike Show is something that happens once a year. It happens in Compton, also known as the Compton Peninsula, because Compton is now beachfront property and has been radically altered since the destruction of Los Angeles.
Bike
How-
as in bicycle?
Bike, B-I-K-E, as in bicycle. So
So a
it's
guy
called...
named Miguel, like Mike, is talking about the. I remember the pilot.
So, Bike Show, by the way, is just shorthand for what used to be. This used to be an area that was famous for its underground racing. A lot of it became defunct when the corporations came in and Law and Order basically came back to Los Angeles.
But apparently the funk is back.
What's that? The funk is back. Now it's kind of, for lack of a better way of describing it, and being from San Antonio, the only way I can think of describing it is it's fiesta. It's basically a huge cultural celebration that takes place once a year and on the Compton Peninsula.
It's straight out of Compton.
Compton has now become a cultural, it has become a hub of cultural arts for Los Angeles. A lot of.
Have I ever been?
Huh? Oh yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Luma.
It's like, this sounds like a thing that I would have attended a lot.
Compton is the home of some of the most brilliant street artists in the United States.
Always was?
Some even present day Compton, like today's Los Angeles, you can see some of the most incredible street art that there is.
Yes.
But since most of it, if not all of it, was completely obliterated during the earthquake, now Compton is built as sort of a shrine to what it once was and what it once meant to the city. So whereas it once stood as this place where a lot of some of the most incredible famous indie music was coming out of, a lot of this cultural aspects were coming out of Compton that were signature to Los Angeles. Today, that is kept alive by these celebrations of the culture that took place within Compton. Baldwin Island has things very similar to Bike Day. It just kept the word Bike Day just because it was kind of fun, and it just kind of kept going. It became part of the vernacular. Yeah. But what it is the cultural celebration that takes place every year. And there's also, by the way, Lacey and everybody else, y'all would know, there's still illegal racing that takes place on Bike Day under the nose of LAPD.
Is this our Fast and Furious episode?
It's not bike racing. Can you guess what it is, Lacey?
Dropships.
Droid racing?
No, not droid racing. Starts with an M. It's one of your favorite things. You were super excited about it.
Maggle?
Magboarding. Yeah.
What is magboarding?
Magboarding is when people basically get on magnetized skateboards, as they were, and they board on the magnetic railings of
hoverboard.
Yes, but they use the magnetized train tracks, and so usually they race the trains. It's very dangerous.
Wow.
And there's also very. Once you hit a certain level of acceleration on a magnetized board moving across a mag rail, you're kind of, unless you got a parachute on you, you're kind of committed. There's really no way. Top speed that's been reached so far on a mag board on the mag rail is 300 miles an hour. And that person came out of it with in a body cast and is a legend.
Wow.
I probably make bets on it.
What's that person's name?
They nicknamed her Slap because the noise her body made when she hit the concrete. And she bears it proudly. And she is a legend in the community. She does not magboard anymore. But nobody was as crazy as she was, as they say, on the street. In that she had a total lack of regard for personal safety.
Wow.
And she decided to see how fast she could go one day. And she literally matched the speed of one of the mag trains on her own. Didn't turn as well. So magboarding still happens. It's highly illegal. LAPD tries to stop it. Corporate LA doesn't usually give a damn unless it enters their city limits. And with the size of the city and the disruption in whose jurisdiction ends and begins where, magboarders usually get away with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so he just says, if you're willing to meet me there, say 7 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
Unless you would need to meet another time. I'm simply picking one arbitrarily. Bike day goes all day. Yes. The bike show goes all day.
Okay, sure. Yeah, okay.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock tonight.
So there will be an exhibit. When you arrive, you're going to see all the bikes, essentially, lining up. It's part of the bike show, the sort of the entry gate, and I'll wait for you there.
Okay. You'll look like you?
I'll look like me.
Okay.
There will be countermeasures in place so that we can have a private conversation.
Okay. Of what nature?
The kind that I'm not willing to communicate on a channel.
Okay.
I'll be alone.
We have no way of verifying that.
See you there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cuts out.
Interesting that he chose a very public place to meet us.
Yeah, I mean, we're dancing.
Very
and stuff.
public.
Yeah.
This is like, bike show usually it lasts for a week, and it's usually the nightlife of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It was questionable if they were going to have one this year because of the riot that just happened, but apparently they moved forward with it.
Okay.
All right,
Bike
great.
show.
7 o'clock.
So just for the purposes of plot, I'm going to say we're going to move forward to the meeting, and you are going to work on Honey. So specifically, what did you want to do with Honey?
Well, so it seemed like there were repairs, and I also needed to have some conversations with Sweet Baby
Okay,
to sort of.
let's do a quick scene then.
Okay.
So everybody's gone. Did you park the dropship somewhere else, or are you leaving it in front of your shop?
I don't have a fracking other place to park it, and on this timeline, I don't get to move it to the base.
So make up a boss. What's your boss's name?
My boss's name, I think it was Aral Sarkeesian.
I think you're right. How do you spell that?
Aral, last name Sarkeeesian.
Okay. So Aral is the first to show up. Tall man. He's got that. Aral. I picture Aral being a very tall gentleman, about 6'6". I imagine him looking very similar to what B. Dave might look like in his late 50s. Except for with Aral, he's got that brilliant bleached white curled hair that's cut real short, kind of lining his head.
Here for it.
Walks up. He's already putting on his work gloves as he's walking up to the steps and sliding onto one of his electrical jackets as he's walking up to the door. And he says, "How you doing there, Lacey?" As he walks up to the door, and then he stops. And he goes, "What the hell is that?" And thumbs up the combat dropship that's parked in front of his shop.
Looks like someone parked that there.
Someone. Did you see who it was?
I don't really know. I don't want to ask about stuff.
Okay.
Do it.
No, he just says, "Okay, I'm gonna go call the police."
Can I still have been there?
If you want to be, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm guessing Honey is inside the dropship now, or is Honey inside the?
Honey's in sort of my alcove
Okay.
of just
He walks in.
I have projects I've there's a piece of a helicopter in here apparently, so
Sure, but there's also a complete Traeger issued
droid.
latest war droid that's kind of standing. It's towering at about 11 feet, and
it's sort of seated in the corner.
just kind of just sitting there like this.
Yeah.
Its head just goes, and it watches him walk by, and then it just goes, and he stops again, and he's about to turn around, and he looks right into your eyes.
Yeah.
And he's like,
"Hey, Mr. S.
"Luma,
Hey.
what the hell?
Sorry. I figured this would be a good place to drop it.
The ship is yours?"
Well, I mean, it's not a real ship. It's just, and I gestured to all of the paint all over me. New project. For the bike show.
Roll.
It's a huge project.
That's actually pretty clever.
It's like an art car at.
I'm gonna say
Oh my gosh, it's burning Luma.
It's an art car.
All right. So this difficulty here would normally just be 2.
Yeah, but this is a
fucking
big
bizarre.
one, and apparently I didn't know about it.
Difficulty 3. Difficulty 3.
I know.
Difficulty 3. You need a 9 or better.
Okay, so
let's do it.
pleasant social interaction.
Yes, this
So
would totally
it's a
apply.
level 1.
Yeah, you can
difficulty.
Okay, you need a 3 or better.
13.
Okay. He just goes, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." Lacey had no idea who put that here, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" But
Oh yeah, no, it was kind of a surprise.
all right.
You know how Lacey doesn't.
Can
really
you
like
move
the
it out
bike
of here?
show. Oh, can I not keep it here?
No.
It's tonight. It's just tonight. It's not blocking any traffic. In fact, it might bring in some business.
It's blocking everything in the parking lot. I need it moved out of here. I don't mind you bringing it back at night if you need to park it here and paint some more, but you can't leave it here during business.
Can I have at least like an hour to go get some tow trucks and friends?
Yeah.
I gotta go to work too.
Yes, but an hour. That's all I can give you.
Okay, an hour. Dang.
I'll help you, and then it'll get out.
Okay,
quicker.
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
He kind of looks back at you, realizing you're behind him now, and just says, "Oh yeah, both of you, whatever you need to do, just get it out."
Yeah, I'll get it, and I'll be back.
He takes his button-up shirt that he had removed to put on his jacket and just casually tosses it onto the head of the ward droid that just kind of looks at him, and he doesn't seem to notice it. He just walks right past it, and the ward droid is combat protocol has been removed from it, so it just kind of watches him walk away. You just see this green like glow shining out from underneath the button-up that has been tossed on its face, but it doesn't even remove it. It just kind of. And he walks on back to the back office to start.
I don't know. Where's it supposed to go? Can it park on the water? I know that's a weird sentence, but can it like float?
Let me take a look at it. I mean, I'd only really looked at like the flying part, but I mean, maybe there might be some more stuff in the controls. I'll go in and look.
Okay, awesome.
So, this is an instance where if you spend XP, the answer will be yes. For the same reason that you can burn like 3 XP to get an apartment or an ally in a, like if you want to add to the narrative, Cypher lets you actually do that with GM approval. So if you guys are willing to burn, I'm going to say 3 XP, I will make this.
I'll contribute.
And I'll let you guys pool. But if you're willing to burn 3 XP, I will make this a dropship that can land on the water.
And
For 3
can
XP, can it be
swim.
submersible?
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Submersible?
For 3
Like
XP, can it be
full-
submersible?
we need it to swim.
Because otherwise, I can't get to the underwater base.
That
Precisely.
you know of.
I don't want to dive. I'm scared.
I'm just asking. No is an answer.
Tie me down with a rope and drag me.
All right.
It's like a.
Let me look. Hold on. Let me see how much.
It's like a fancy thing.
Yeah, it's a long-term benefit. And I have.
It's our new Batmobile.
It is a well. Okay.
And then we can just consistently hide it underwater and not have to worry about it
This
anymore.
is true.
3 XP, and I'll let you make it submersible.
Woo!
Thank you.
All right.
That was waterproof spray paint you put on it, right? All right, I'm contributing an XP to that.
So it's
I
a total of
sealed
3.
it with Mod Podge, and it's now.
I mean, you've been donating
airtight.
a lot, and I haven't been donating a lot. So if we want me to tank it,
That's
it's
okay.
totally
I
cool.
did it.
All right, thank you, appreciate it.
And I'll get that third one then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are y'all gonna do with it? Because we gotta move to the.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fly it out.
I love that.
I'm gonna run back to my boat, grab my scuba gear, so that after I park it, I can just dive out and get out. I need to get back out of the water afterwards.
Makes sense.
If you're parking it underneath the water.
Or
Yeah.
you can make it fly using.
Because I don't. Then it's not visible aerial.
Could you
It's
just
submersible. I'm saying you can put it on the surface if you wanted.
Yeah.
like? Can you just do
Anchor.
like autopilot
Sure.
with your brain? And go.
Not really. Not yet. Maybe someday. Not yet. I'm not that cool. Sorry.
Use your brain.
Sorry.
It's okay.
There's also the parking lot. The good old.
Just told not to.
The good.
The
Who
other
told
one.
you that?
The other one, you mean, right?
Oh.
Oh, the other parking.
No, the parking lot you originally had it parked in.
Oh no, we just spent like 3 XP to put it on the water. We'll put it on the water.
Sure.
Yep. Sure. We'll put it in the
Okay,
water.
so to go all the way back to Raft City, grab your scuba gear, dodge your dads, come all the way back to
Why don't
the
you
shop.
do that?
It takes about 2 hours
Okay.
to get all of this done.
I'm in big trouble at work.
You get shouted at a little bit by your boss, who's a little upset that it's taking longer than he was promised, but it's that sort of loving shout. I call it Oya Mom shout. And you managed to get this drop ship out of the parking lot and away from the business. You landed out on the water, so it's a little bit further out from Raft City. The depth out here is about 60, 75 feet.
Oh, perfect. That's a really good depth.
So, yeah, you park it at the bottom.
Yeah.
In the ruins of a lot of, by the way, parking this thing at the bottom of a 60-foot.
I park it in a parking lot, but the parking lot is now underwater.
Essentially, what's left of this is essentially still Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm parking it in
here,
Venice.
so down here underneath the waves is a very haunting sight as always, because you can still see remains of old Los Angeles and some of the buildings still kind of standing down here. But a huge, vast network of coral reefs and aquatic life that have grown up around, making this very rich waters around this area.
I'll call you out when I get to the beach, so you can bring Aurora for me. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So
Don't
we're
worry, I
gonna
already called in. I'm gonna be late.
so we're gonna go ahead and skip to the meeting scene. To get through, because the logistics, you guys, it's a slog, but you managed to get this done. It takes most of the day to get all of this done, but you do find a place to park your now submersible. Lacey, very excited to see that once you actually dove into the computer, you actually found out that this thing actually does have a submersible mode, and that it can, in fact, travel down to about 700 feet of depth before it starts to buckle. However, propulsion underwater is very slow going. It can only really travel at about 5 knots underwater, so it's pretty slow. But
For now.
For now. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So you get the impression from this dropship is that its ability to submerge is really temporary in order to launch surprise attacks and such. It was not really meant to be a submarine, so to speak. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and cut ahead.
Yep.
So as I described it, you of course you're going to be there as well, correct, Hops? Everybody shows up.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm not letting them go to a meeting with a mysterious man in a suit by themselves.
All right, yeah.
Would it be better if they were like in sweatpants?
No, that would be even more suspicious.
Well, I kind of described it as a fiesta because that's what I'm used to big block parties looking like, especially big cultural events from where I'm from. But really, if you can imagine, this is Los Angeles 2119, and this is a cyberpunk styled setting. So this resembles something closer to a outdoor cultural rave, complete with like neon lights and a lot of imagery from cultures across the spectrum of Los Angeles. Everyone's representing here.
So like the EDX or whatever it's called in Vegas, like the big.
Never been.
Electric Daisy.
Yeah, EDC. That's what it is.
Something like that, yeah. So I'll go ahead and
I knew it was letters mixed together with an.
It's a downtown street festival that takes place in the downtown Compton Peninsula. Like other important cultural epicenters of Los Angeles, Compton was not spared from the destruction brought on by C-Day. But one thing the cataclysm couldn't destroy was the spirit of the people who took pride in their homes. And while Compton looks nothing like it did before the coastline of Southern California was changed, this is still home to some of the most astonishingly brilliant street artists in the United States. Social, political, and sometimes abstract works can be found here. Compton is now home to now called the Compton Peninsula. Waves lap against the shoreline here, and the sea salt can be smelled no matter where you go. Like Santa Atlantis, a swath of old Los Angeles lay just offshore under the cold waters of the Pacific. A monthly gathering is held here near the shoreline, a place where the community can come together and celebrate what Los Angeles has endured and celebrate the people whose spirit keep the city alive. LAPD is usually on hand for safety. Called the Bike Show, as it was originally begun as an illegal street racing scene, it expanded into becoming a cultural arts gathering, with the occasional unsanctioned bike race, but the real action is mag boarding, as I explained before. LAPD is always trying to keep an eye out, but occasionally races do happen and so do injuries. You guys, it is about 2,000 people in attendance tonight, filtering in, and neon lights everywhere. People on the side of the streets. You see this one person is selling this a little girl about 14 years old on the side of the street. She has a stand that she's built it looks like right behind her, standing up about 2 levels, and she has these piñatas that are made out of this interesting mix of traditional materials and holograms.
Cool.
So when you hit the piñata, when they explode, it acts out like an explosion or pops out like an action scene. So she's demonstrating, she smashes one of these piñatas and you see all these holographic fairies come flying out and spitting out into the dark as the light and like light sources just spitting out and everywhere. She's selling them for $20 a pop and people are stopping at her stall. Like you see things like this all over the place. This futuristic bent on all these little bitty pieces that make Los Angeles special.
Do I see any of my VR friends here?
They're probably going to be deeper into think of this like as a street festival. This is like walking up. They're probably VR, like demonstrations. That's definitely a main floor kind of thing. See, they're probably going to be inside. Yeah, you'll probably spot them here.
Okay.
Definitely. I would imagine Baldwin Island represents at Bike Show, for sure. But as you guys come walking up, it doesn't take long for you to see the huge rack of all these bikes. And some of them are old dirt bikes from the 20th century. And some of them are the modern bikes that don't use wheels, but they actually use hover force.
Yeah.
They actually use repulsors that just kind of sends them along. These futuristic high, those are high-end bikes that people in the rich district don't even use because they're so dangerous. But they are just like mag boards. They go pretty damn fast. And as y'all are walking up through the crowds, I won't even have you roll initiative because he stands out. He is just standing there kind of looking around. A gentleman in a black suit and a black tie with a white shirt buttoned up.
Holy crap, he's already here.
People are just kind of walking by, and he's just standing there.
Okay.
What
Crowds
time is
filtering around him.
Are we like right on time or something?
I'd say it's about 6:45. Sun is getting ready to set.
Wow, he's early. I was hoping we'd get to do a loop first, but okay.
Yeah, me too. We can do it after. All right, should we do this?
Hey, wait, before we go
Lacey has their ears in, and they've been doing noise canceling and have a little bit of a filter over their comments just to deal with the so much right now, and is sort of like tucked in behind Luma when they walk in the classic Comic-Con pick.
Pip knows about your chair being brightly lit the way it is on the wheels, as everyone knows to stay out of your damn way. So you're not getting the same thing you get at Comic-Con.
All they have to do is just look down. All they have to do is look down. I'm right there. They're looking at their phones. Why don't they look down? It's fine.
Because no one can look down on you, Zane.
Stop making me adore you. I have to focus on the game.
Okay, so I look down at Lacey and just,
You all right? Oh, sub vocal. Everything cool?
Yeah. So he's here. That's a nice suit.
It's a really nice suit.
Okay.
We're wondering if we should do a lap first, or just meet.
Why don't I look around at him at countermeasures?
Yeah, wait.
And you guys can do the loop thing.
If we already are in his sights, just before we do anything, I just want to make sure we're all clear. We do not go to a second location, okay?
Okay.
We're meeting him here. We're talking here. That's it.
He's not the employer, right? He's just the...
I don't
I
know.
know.
I think
he's the messenger.
I know, but just since last time, I don't want us to get kidnapped or something or abducted.
This is fair.
Okay.
All right, so does he see us yet?
No, he doesn't seem to notice y'all.
Okay.
He's kind of standing. He's about 200 feet away. I mean, there's a crowd kind of milling about him. You've spotted him, but
Yeah. I have a lot of bags with me, by the way. My backpack looks huge, and I have a big, parcel bag that has slung over me, like a big Comic-Con bag, basically.
What are you carrying?
So what are y'all doing? Do you approach him or?
I say let's just do it, and let's be careful. If anything goes down, there's a lot of people here. I don't want to be shocking anyone.
That's another thing. If we get put into a position to use our powers in public, I think we should not, because this could be a setup to make us look bad.
No one can see if I do it.
Well, you're fine, but the
That's
rest of
true.
us, we look kind of weird and crazy when we do
if
it.
anything goes down, I'm just
beautiful and awesome.
Thanks, but people aren't gonna stand there and be like, "Wow, look at that beautiful, awesome, weird
purple
mohawk."
glowy.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But okay.
If anything,
She's a witch, burn her!
If anything does go down, I'm not gonna do the, shocky whatever. But I might throw a punch. I don't care. I don't know. I don't trust this guy. He looks really handsome in the suit, though.
Punches are fine, but try not to.
I'm not gonna punch him. I'm just saying, let's meet him first, and things go
Right.
down.
Okay.
Regular self-defense.
We got
Regular
we're in
self-defense.
agreement?
We're in
All
agreement.
right, yeah.
Mundane mode activity.
Let's go to the planet.
Let's go to the planet.
Beat me down.
All right. As y'all come approaching, he's looking around and he stops and sees all of you. And as you approach, he just goes, "There's only 4 of you."
Yeah, the other 2 are. They had a previous engagement.
All right, that's fair.
And
Whatever you need to do, I'm just here to deliver some information, get your opinions on things, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
also, the other 2 know that we're here. So if anything does happen to us, just know that our whereabouts are,
If I had anything insidious in mind, I'd be less concerned about the 2 people that aren't here and more concerned about the 2,000 people that would see something happen.
Here's the point.
That's kind of why I picked this spot. I wanted everyone to feel safe.
Great.
So what's the message?
Well, the person I work for, he knows a little bit about you, not much.
Seems like everyone does.
He needs your help with something, and he thinks you're going to want to get involved with this because it has to do with the thing that made you all what you can do thing. Whatever it is, he won't tell me. But there's someone that needs your help.
Okay.
Let me just make sure I'm reading this right. He pulls out a pad and looks at it and says, maybe this will mean something to you all. There's a young man who none of you have met, who has what you have, and needs your help because he's trapped.
Okay.
Where?
I don't know, but maybe you can make sense of it. He hands you the pad. And the moment you hold it, Luma, you see, Lacey, you see it scan Luma's face, zzz, and then it goes, and you see a message pop up. And you see an old man. You've never seen him before. But he does somehow seem familiar. But he doesn't look recognizable to you.
Okay.
Old man, probably in his late 80s.
Okay.
He lines across his eyes and strong jawline. Still has all his hair kind of combed a little bit off to the side. And he just goes, I'm going to assume that one of you has activated the pad, and so I'm going to relay this message personally. I know you probably have a lot of questions, and I'm sorry that I'm contacting you this way. But like you, corporate LA doesn't like me very much. I'm trying to do this a little subtly. I can't give too much information here and now in just this message. But I have a plan that might help us trust each other. And then we can see where to go from there. Someone else was in the alley with you all that night when you were struck by the energy source.
Oh my God. What?
We didn't know at first because I've been trying to find a way to get a hold of you. But you've been difficult to get a hold of, and I didn't want to startle anyone. When we finally found you, it turns out what we found was him. There's a young man who was struck by the energy source and has phased out of reality. And he lives now in a perpetual state of flux, where he's constantly fading in and fading out. And he is of personal importance to me. He's someone that means a lot to me. I know how to save him, but I need you all to be the ones to do it, because it's complicated. There is a station, an old research laboratory that the company named Cassium had just off the coast of Los Angeles. It's just past Santa Atlantis. It's called Blue Dolphin Station. And it was a research laboratory for Cassium. I sent a thief to get as much information on this as I could. And the information confirmed everything that I suspected. The device that we need that will help this young man phase back into reality is in that station. I don't know how to retrieve it. No one supposedly has been down there for many years, and I'm too old to do this thing myself, and I'm not someone who can rescue a bunch of innocent people from a tower. And I think that's you all, so if you're willing to help me, I think I have some answers that might help you. If you say no, I'll understand. But I don't think his chances are as good with anybody else, so think about it. Let my associate know, and he'll give you the coordinates to the Blue Dolphin Station. And the sooner you get there, I honestly don't know how much time he has left. You should know that we have been able to keep some tabs on you all, rather by accident, because we're tracking him. And apparently, he's barely left your side since the power explosion took place. I don't know how to explain that to you, but he's with you now,
the hell?
And he needs our help. So I can give you more information. If you can do this for me, then I will consider it a personal favor and we'll know that we can trust each other. If you need to get in contact with me again, or if you need some way of getting out to the station, I can supply that as well, of course. I know you're not necessarily a bunch of rich people. And or maybe you don't have access to a boat, I don't know. But let my associate here know. Miguel is a good friend and he can be trusted. I hope I hear from you soon. And shuts off.
Okay, tell your boss we're gonna help.
Miguel just says, That's great. I was
Okay.
gonna have a
guys,
pitch
let's
and
go.
everything.
Yeah.
If what he's saying is true, then this guy's the victim just as much as we are.
Yeah, so we have to help. Come on. Come on.
What are you calling the ship or something?
No, just if he's with us.
Oh, well,
Like a ghost.
Hey, Miguel, do you know
what's
this guy's name?
My employer specifically told me that he's not going to tell me everything for my own personal safety.
Okay.
So I don't ask. But I can speak on his behalf, even though I'm just some random guy in a suit that just a second ago you thought was staging an ambush. He's a good guy, and he needs our help. That's all I got.
Yeah.
You got no reason to trust us, but I don't know. I think this might...
Well, our other options aren't very good either, so.
we
If
only
someone's in
have,
trouble, we should help.
we only have what 5 hours till you know what. So
Yeah.
if we're gonna do something, we gotta
Let's
do
go.
that.
What happens in 5 hours?
Don't worry about it.
All right. I won't.
Okay.
That's what he tells me.
And look, if there is
Alright.
another one of us out there, then this changes the whole game altogether. Right? As of right now, the
Everything
corporation
games.
just thinks there's 6 of us. There's another. What if there's more?
I wonder why we don't feel him. Like, can I try to sense if he's here somehow?
You can feel everybody, and you can even feel Anton and Cass.
Right.
You just know that they're okay wherever they are. But you
But-
don't sense anybody else.
Okay, I want to do that big whistle thing and just move everyone out of the way
Yeah.
so we can go.
Everybody move!
Let's go to Amelia.
All right. So you guys are basically initiating, going.
Yeah. We have to go
Project-
now.
Project Hero.
Okay. So then we're gonna go ahead and establish that you guys are gonna beeline for Dolphin Bay. Dolphin.
Yep. We're
Dolphin
gonna
Station?
go back. We're gonna get Amelia, and we're gonna go to Dolphin Base.
I'm straggling behind because I have doubts.
Okay.
I'm
Lacey has no doubt.
Let it be known that I am bad at detecting falsehoods, so I believe this person 100%.
I'm bad at sense motive.
It's not that I'm doubting, it's that I'm like
I am.
And it's
I'm
helping.
hesitant because we could be falling into a trap. It's very
Yeah.
I'm aware of
Okay.
of
So
Someone needs
any
to be
things
cautious.
that need to be punched in the
we're gonna say that you guys tell Cass and Anton, just giving
Yeah.
you guys communicate briefly. By the way, Lacey, the countermeasures that were in place, they seemed very localized, and they were not permitting. So when you got in range of him, because that's something I forgot to tell you, when you got in range of him, essentially you guys lost signal. Like the Wi-Fi died. Think of it like that.
Yeah. I assume.
Which would not work on Lacey's brain, but totally works on the tech in the area.
No,
So-
it's nice. It's like everything was finally quiet.
Yeah. So.
Because it was also very tech loud over there.
Yeah.
So the music begins to die down as y'all move further and further away from. As y'all move further and further away, heading back towards. I'm guessing, where are you guys going for your dropship? Where are you going for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
So you
the
guys are-
Dolphin Base is out by Catalina, so we gotta
Yes.
freaking go all the way there.
Catalina, which is now largely submerged. There's only a few peaks of Catalina sticking out from the waves at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to borrow my dad's boat.
Yeah,
I need it to
Definitely
vote.
Okay.
borrow my dad's boat.
So then when we come back from break, you guys have all moved towards Raft City.
Yeah.
You're going to everyone's going to get on board Amelia. And all right. Then we'll just cut to some good stuff coming up.
Yay.
You guys are headed to a secret underwater base from Cassium Laboratories, where apparently the plot is the plot is diverging here. It's rather merging with what you guys already had in plan.
Submerging.
Submerging. Nice.
I'm so proud. My garbage children.
All right, so we're gonna be back in about 10 minutes, guys.
So sick.
And shit's gonna go down. So we'll see you in 10 minutes.
I'm so
Stay
lonely
tuned.
over here by myself. There's no one to hug.
I'm sure
Sorry,
that will remain the case forever.
Welcome back to Los Angeles 2119, everybody. We are back to Callisto 6. Let's go ahead and jump back into the game tonight. So, to cut to, just do a little cinematic cut to, you guys have been planning to make your, the team is officially getting inside of the drop ship and heading out to sea for a underwater base adventure. There is a sense of, as y'all are boarding up onto Amelia, who I'm guessing you brought back to shore so everyone could board. Is that correct? All right, as y'all are boarding up and getting ready to head out, it's not lost on any of you that the urgency in getting out here and getting this done, you're kind of without your two heavy hitters. So you can...
That's really one of our,
What am I? top
After
level?
Cass, you are the second heaviest hitter.
Two of our heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Not meaning two of the only people
I know,
who
I
hit
know.
hard in this party.
I know, I
Two of
know.
our heavy hitters.
What am I? Top
It's okay.
level?
I'm not a heavy hitter.
Let me
So-
get my pool stick. Put it up your butt.
A thing.
Okay. And so that's when your super name became Prober.
Okay, I retract everything I said. Moving on.
All right. So you guys board up onto Amelia, saddle up. You're bringing your equipment and everything with y'all, and as you all kind of lean into this dropship. So real quick, from my understanding, Honey is not with you, or Honey is with you.
I think Honey's on. Or
No, he's in the.
Originally, we were going to
believe you
do
brought
that.
Honey with you,
We, because we had to keep it moving, it was eventually declared that Honey was on the ship.
Okay. So Honey's on the ship.
As I recall.
That's how I recall it too, because I think you were moving
Because I think
all of,
originally Honey
You
was
were-
sitting there, and there was the sheet. The
my
shirt
understanding
and
was you were
everything.
moving all the incriminating stuff
Yeah.
about your activities out of the shop and into the dropship and sending the dropship away.
If that's
from,
your memory, and that's my memory, we can
then
go
so
with
shall
that.
it be.
Okay.
So
An XP. It's
Honey is buckled
We'd
into
seen
the side, this 11-foot war droid kind of crumpled down onto itself, and is just sitting there, like shaking as the dropship is taking off.
Sweet Baby is my co-pilot.
Okay, so you have Sweet Baby kind of propped up in the seat next to you, with the seatbelt strapped across. Sweet Baby is being very quiet, but you can see that Sweet Baby is active as it's glowing, and kind of the Oculus is kind of looking around and checking the place out. The turbulence as you guys take off, and then airborne once again inside of this dropship. Looking out the windows, you can see Los Angeles during sunset. You can actually see the brilliant lights of Bike Show not too far away, coasting out over to the dark waters of the Pacific. But you can also see all of the lights from the fishermen out here. All Raft City, of course, looks like Raft City from above, a little zip code of its own, about a mile offshore from Los Angeles. Stretching far out offshore to itself, has its own zip code and everything. Big, beautiful Raft City. You can even see the great oil tanker that has been hollowed out and is being reformed into something that Raft City is trying to decide upon. But out here, you can see everything. It's nice and clear. You can see all of the majesty that is the horrible ivory tower that is corporate LA from pretty much anywhere you fly. As well as the at this distance and with all the light, what's interesting about it too is because there is so much debris under the waters, and because some of the debris is so unpredictable for people getting too close to shore, there are a lot of shore lights. When you're at this high altitude, and even people flying out of the new LAX will see that you can actually kind of see some of the haunting shapes of former Los Angeles under the waves at night. And eventually, however, as you continue to fly out over the ocean, the lights begin to dim a little bit as you're flying out closer to Catalina, about 14 miles offshore. Now, Catalina was once a big, beautiful chain of islands just off the coast of Southern California. When Sea Day happened, they vanished beneath the waves. Catalina However, its biological life has not lessened in any way. Catalina today, in our world, is one of the most biologically rich water places in the Pacific Ocean. And Los Angeles 2119, with all the artificial reefs and everything that's happened, that has not changed at all. And if anything else, it's actually gotten a little more vibrant. And as you move further and further out here, so too do the population of fishing boats. Lots of running lights down below in the waters and whatnot. And it's a calm night out on the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, I'm just
and you two
face
are
pressed against the thing, seeing if I can see my dad's boat.
Yeah, and just as a quick backstory, and just to remind you two, for character background, as you're well aware, the fisherman presence around Raft City is actually becoming somewhat problematic.
Yes.
Because people are beginning to realize the money they can make off of fishing out in these waters, and no one's regulating it, and so it's becoming problematic for sure. Not to mention, even in this day and age in technology, not all the fishermen are wealthy enough to afford some of the new tech that boats use to keep waters clean. So the inevitable oil leaks take place, the inevitable damage. It's some of the fish are being overfished. It's not good. But eventually these running lights begin to give way to the darkness as you proceed further and further out. Catalina used to be a place where you could find a lot of lights because there were places out here where you could go to Catalina Island and vacation for a while. Now it's just a huge, ominous black spot in the ocean. Underneath the waves, it's just this dark shape where an entire island used to be. And you are watching on the computer screen. You're, Luma, as you kind of move up into the cockpit, you're looking out the window. Not only do you see underneath you, sweet baby, just like latched into the seat,
Belted
and
into the
the Oculus
Oh, yeah.
just kind of looking around as it's taking in everything. But as everyone's kind of approaching, leaning up at the seat, you see that the nav screen that's linked up and it actually shows you where you are in relation to everything else is indicating that you have reached the nav coordinates. You are directly above whatever is below. And the dropship goes and flies into a hover mode.
Okay.
Is there scan on here?
There's not really a scan, no.
Okay.
Are we sure this thing goes underwater? Are we sure we're gonna be okay? Like it's not gonna leak or anything? We're not gonna collapse or something in here?
No.
It's been parked under the water all day.
I know, but does like the air regulate? Like, are we gonna run out of air? Like, is this the thing? How once we get to the base, is there a way to get to the base without?
Are you asking
swimming?
a lot of questions because you're scared?
I'm not scared. I'm just like,
Are you saying you're not scared so we don't worry?
I don't really know how to swim, and if we're going underwater really deep, like,
Okay, you should.
want
Luma's
me to
really
teach
good
you?
at diving.
I can-
You should be
now's
buddies.
probably not the best.
No, but
time.
I mean, maybe while we're going down, I can just give you a few pointers on how to not drown.
You guys will be buddies.
That'll be great.
There's always buddies underwater. It's the rules.
Hey, I've
Buddy
dived-
system.
I've been diving my whole life, so
Okay, but if we do have to go underwater too, don't stay too close to me. I don't know, like, if I get scared or something, what if I, like, shock the water?
Oya's gonna walk over to one of the equipment supply things now that we know where everything is, and there must be scuba gear somewhere.
There's no scuba gear in here.
There's no. Is there
I
some type of
packed
something?
There's
I also have-
there's mask filters for like high altitude flying,
Okay,
but there's no oxygen masks.
All right. Well,
You know what I mean?
Luma's gonna.
Like there's no.
I had to bring
oxygen
mine with
tanks.
me in order to
Yeah.
get the ship. So
Oh, yeah, you
I
You
have
got
my
scuba gear,
we have
yeah.
one
Oya's gonna
scuba
just
gear.
grab something that looks like that and be like, "This is for you.
Okay.
You need it. If you feel nervous, just put it over your mouth and breathe, and you'll be fine."
I just put it over my mouth and breathe.
Okay.
What's it do? Does it just do something?
here,
It's gonna keep you
I'm
safe.
just gonna, like,
I need to
lead
intervene
you
real quick.
away.
So as these conversations are happening,
Yeah.
is the hover ship right now is just hovering?
I'm
So-
gonna start when I see that while
Yeah.
they're getting squared away.
You're taking them down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
start taking it
just gonna
down.
lead you
So-
away from
Not
the
until I
windows.
can ascertain a panic attack isn't happening. Once I get the okay from Luma.
Yeah.
What are you rolling for piloting checks?
We've been considering dropships as devices.
Yes, that would still
Okay.
apply here, I think.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna sit cross-legged with you, and we're just gonna.
I don't want to have you roll for piloting checks until like you're doing some like stunt work.
Okay.
Because going from A to B, I think Lacey's able to communicate with that with her brain. Landing this thing on the water, it's a little trickier than landing it on land, but you manage to, when you cut the engines, you all hit the waves. You see ocean water rush up right onto
Marshmallow.
You watch ocean water rush up onto the cockpit window and just And now y'all are kind of like you're having to kind of grab hold of the side of the drop ship as the waves are now taking it. And you initiate submersible. And you all hear this kind of noise as some of the latches on the side of the ship begin to open the ballast tanks that exist on the inside.
Was that an alarm? Is it? No,
And you can hear a rush of water coming in some of the walls, just giving it just taking away enough buoyancy from it that it sinks right away. The wings fold up and fold up over the top. Again, only meant for slow travel, but it's enough to keep the wings safe. And this dropship begins to slowly. You watch as the water begins to lap up higher and higher on the window, and it gets darker and darker until lights switch on the inside of the cockpit. Green light shining down into the area all around you all.
I don't look good in green light.
Good and all it.
Gradually, the water swallows the ship.
Okay.
And you begin to dive, essentially. Now, according to the information you had, this station is at a depth of about 60 feet.
Perfect. That's
Um,
real
Too
shallow.
deep.
That's good.
Running lights immediately activate on the sides of the dropship, and you watch immediately as these lights come on. A few fish, a barracuda scatters, just darts out of the path of the light beam.
Ooh, barracuda.
Watch out, fishies.
Having flashbacks. I used to be quick side story. I used to work I used to volunteer in the husbandry department at the Long Beach Aquarium of the Pacific, taking care of all the animals in the Pacific Galleria tank.
You were their husband.
I was I fed I prepared all the food and I fed the cow nose rays. And the barracuda was such a motherfucker.
They were the first fish I ever saw diving.
They're terrifying. They just sit there completely still in the water. They're able to remain completely still in the water.
They also really like bubbles, so
And they
don't
really-
blow bubbles.
Don't blow bubbles and
Didn't
take your
have
rings
that.
off if you ever go swimming, because barracudas won't mess with you, but if they see something shiny on your fingers, they're gonna think fish.
Oh, goodness.
So take your rings off. Anyway,
I have some barracuda stories. I do. It's for another time.
okay, so back into it. The Pacific at night, it is completely black down here. Just no light at all. It is abyssal as y'all continue to sink deeper and deeper and deeper. It's also worth noting that even though you don't have sensors, the craft is able to switch and basically sonar ping the floor. So you're able to keep track of what your depth is and how close the floor is. So it's giving you sort of a sonar read of the area around you.
Okay, so it's at a depth of 60 feet. So once we're down a little
You're
bit.
detecting it immediately. The moment you hit the water and the moment you sink beneath the surface and everything, the sonar, the submersible's underwater technology activates, you're immediately detecting the floor beneath you as well as the large structure of the research station.
All right.
And it does kind of outline on the screen as the sonar just pings it, and you see it pop up. Not a lot of detail, but you can tell that according to the sonar ping, you do get an outline of the entire facility. And there is a very obvious place for docking. Very, very obvious. It's one of these, it looks like one of these, it's like a giant corridor, maybe like metal outreach that kind of bends all the way up, and it has a circular top where it looks like there's a clear latch. Technology in 2119, sonar can actually give you an extremely detailed readout of a ping. So you're getting a really good look at whatever it is that's down there. It's coming and going in flashes, but you can see it pretty obviously. And the running lights are helping too. As you kind of angle them down, you are eventually starting to see a dark shape emerge out of the water underneath you. You're also detecting a lot of unusual rock formation down here, probably just because of the fact that an island sank. But you are seeing all kinds of wildlife. Roll a d20 for me.
Everyone?
Oh, that was
Everybody roll a d20 for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it was similar, but not cocked.
You get a 17 or higher. Tell me what you get.
I got 20.
You got a 20?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
19.
Just
Oh
19?
wow.
Okay. So as y'all are diving lower and lower, for a split second, you just kind of, as you see coming into view, just right up against the window, is a very large sea lion.
Close your eyes,
Swims
Bonnie.
right up and just kind of twists its head kind of sideways.
Right? It's a phrase. Yeah. Close your eyes, buddy.
Swims up
From that classic TV
kind of darts around and swims up to the running lights. This thing's probably about 12 feet long and just kind of swims right up and is looking at all of you in the window. Kind of dips its head a few times and then
You're adorable and evil. We get it.
Yeah, you see a very large male sea lion just swimming right outside the windows of the...
Well, he's a big one.
I'm not afraid of an animal. I'm just afraid of being out in the water with
You notice it's not alone. As it swims away, there's a few more shapes of sea lions swimming in the dark, probably fishing late.
Great.
And you continue
They have
diving
eaten
deep.
so many of my sketches.
And eventually, you see coming out of the darkness and the running lights, you see a very ghostly looking undersea station. The place looks. Don't think of it in a retro futuristic kind of. It doesn't look like it's from the Jetsons. This place looks like a small facility that is very blocky, built off to the side. Looks kind of like best way I could describe it is it looks like a mansion built specifically to exist underwater, built off the side of this rock face. But it clearly, from the looks of it, you see painted on the side of it, with barnacles starting to collect a little bit on the sides, you see Cassium, the Cassium logo on the side. And it says Blue Dolphin Station with a blue dolphin. And you do very clearly see the docking apparatus. There is, of course, since you did spend the XP to make this a submersible, then that means there is going to be a part on this plane that you can dock.
Thank you again.
Hey, you burned the XP for it, so you pay for it. It's in the rules. You get it.
That means we can dock and like airlock and
That's
all
correct.
that. Oh, great.
No one has to go swimming in the 20-degree water, 60 feet below the ocean surface in the
Great
dark.
thing with like
You don't have rescue diver
shareable diving
certification. You should
gear.
not be doing that.
Good job.
Not that
So, actually, no, you could have regular skirt, but
Yeah.
still. Lacey, I think this would be a roll,
Okay.
and we're just gonna see how you do. So the ship has got a dock with this thing. This will be the first time you've ever tried to line up. You're usually you're literally using. There's no apparatus here to help you dock. This is not meant to be a rescue vessel. This is literally meant to attach and detach, board and deboard. So you can see through belly cameras and how to line up and dock with this thing, and then you'll get an air seal.
What is the difficulty?
I set the difficulty at 4, so it'll be difficult.
Okay.
So you need a 12 or better. Now you can use devices on this,
Okay.
and I'm going to let you have an asset as well, because this is a pretty advanced machine that is built to dock and depart.
Okay, so an asset from the ship
Mm-hmm.
and
Asset from the ship?
my mundane using devices?
Yeah.
Okay. So then with an asset from the ship, with my specialization in using devices, I have one more asset in using devices now.
Okay.
He's strapped in next to me in a cozy. And I can't really figure out how to dock on my own, and I just
So all of you
kind of wish I had more processing power in my brain.
So all of you here suddenly, Sweet Baby, just go. Confirmed. Operator Lacey. Reduce speed by 0.08%.
Okay,
Left rudder 1 degree.
thank you.
And
Awesome.
Sweet Baby begins to give
Yeah.
Lacey the orders to properly dock this thing. So go ahead and make your roll.
Holy hell.
And
Mundane plus the ship plus Sweet Baby.
you don't have to roll.
Gets me
yeah,
there.
get there. Okay, so
Thanks for having their back,
Thank you,
sweet
sweet
baby.
you are welcome, friendly.
That thing still creeps me out.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's rad.
Sweet Baby's my friend.
I'm sorry, it's a little weird.
According to the calendar,
am I.
we are approaching October.
What?
According to the calendar, we are approaching October.
Is it talking to me? What is happening?
Yes, friendly.
Okay, it's October.
According to tradition, October is a time for things to be creepy.
That was really clever.
I have been studying humor.
Jokes.
That was good. I
Okay.
like that a lot.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Operator Lacey.
I mean, I wouldn't start up a stand-up routine anytime soon, but it wasn't bad.
It's okay. I wouldn't be there.
I would go
Neither
see a
is he.
Sweet Baby stand-up show.
And at just that moment, you hear as
Okay.
the plane docks.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Airtight, sealed, complete.
All right.
Now
If
open the hatch.
you're here, let's go
Now.
make you whole.
Yeah. All right.
And
Okay,
this
let's
whole
go.
time, I've also been trying to just see if I can sense any other presence again. The way I can sense Cass
Yeah,
and Anton.
You can feel Cass and Anton.
Yeah.
Still, down here, you're still aware that wherever they are, they're all right. They seem to be in a relatively normal emotional state.
Hey, Owen,
Whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
maybe you can't feel him because he's not in this time. Right? If he's not in this reality, he's not existing in this timeline.
Yeah, he's like phasing out. He phased out of our timeline, our space time, maybe.
I don't understand any of this. Let's just fix him so he's okay or whatever, and then
All right.
Okay.
How do we open the door?
There is a hatch in the. Basically, you're gonna pull open like some of the grating that's in the main area of the dropship.
Yep.
So you walk
I'm
in
just
there
doing one
where
of those things when you reach on a car door that you don't understand.
you
You're
basically
just like,
reach down
"Where's
and you
the
can pull up some of the floor.
Oh.
It just works like a metal seal. Just you pull it up, and underneath it is literally a hatch that you just.
Nice.
Wait.
seal.
What's the part though?
That's the hatch unsealing
But
Oh.
into a ladder.
into a ladder. Yes.
Aw.
It's
It's not like one of those.
can one of you help me maybe?
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
mean, you want to hop
What do you
on
just let us know what you need.
my back?
okay.
Someone.
I can probably do the ladder part.
Oh, right.
If you can carry Aurora, that would
sure.
help. Could you carry Sweet Baby?
Of course.
Thank you.
Can I carry anything?
If you go first and spot me,
You can
then
land
if
on
I fall, because I'm tired.
I got you, Chair.
Thank you.
Hey, Lacey, can you
The
ask
chair just
baby
goes and kind of folds in to make itself a little thin.
Oh, perfect.
Sweet Baby, you okay going in the backpack?
Processing. Backpack. Understood.
Great. Awesome. Okay.
Sweet Baby figured it out.
Tuck it back in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna maneuver the ladder with one hand.
I go down first.
Okay.
Yep. And then me.
Doesn't look like this has been used in a while. So as you go down, you're like, okay, and you get a little bit cold. As you move outside the dropship, and you're moving into the hatched area, it is much colder suddenly as you're entering into the. And about the time you reach the bottom where you see the second hatch, at the bottom of the airtight seal, which is covered in puddles of water from the depressurization, seawater all over it, and you can still hear the dripping of water all around you. You can see your breath as you get down here. There is a seal that you can activate from this side and then manually open it.
I start doing that.
Takes you a few minutes. By about that time, you all kind of get down to where Oya's at until eventually you manage to get it. Pull this hatch. Opens up. Darkness.
Ooh, I hope we all have flashlights. Do we have flashlights? I have a flashlight.
We have dark vision.
Oh, yeah.
I do have a flashlight.
Oh, I can tell you.
That would
And
just
I
have
have
some of my-
Count as.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I
That'll
have
give
my-
you low light.
Okay.
So
Does that count as low light?
What's that?
That doesn't. But this is complete darkness.
This is complete darkness.
I'm
I
gonna-
actually have, and you might have to. I took night vision as one of my equipment.
Yeah, that was.
I also have a flashlight. On my equipment,
I
but
have a
yeah, both
flashlight
of us.
too. I thought that
It was a
saying-
moderately expensive equipment thing.
Night
Yeah.
vision
Yeah.
is an incredibly enhanced version of low light.
Exactly, yeah.
It lets you amplify light to see it. In total darkness, you need dark vision.
Okay.
However,
But
I would say
between
it's
having
still-
a flashlight and.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. If you have a flashlight and the night vision goggles on,
Then that's going to hurt
low
your
light.
eyes considerably
really?
because you're going to be wearing. If you've ever wearing night vision goggles with a flashlight is basically like shining a light right into your face. It's bright. It's shockingly bright.
If you're shining the flashlight at
With night
other
vision,
things,
yes, you're just going to see a wash of white light blasting into your eyes.
So then we don't
Because
have to activate
night
that.
vision, night vision
Just use the
enhances
flashlight.
all the light that's ambient.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
We
but
have at least 2 flashlights between us.
But night vision, even though it's not going to be as effective as dark vision, will still absolutely help you here
Okay.
because there is still ambient light. But you are under the ocean right now.
And I did get this really sweet cipher. Maybe
did.
I should just use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I got when we searched the dropship?
What?
I got these goggles.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna put them on.
I have them
I
too,
believe
but
that
Slide
you
them
are
on.
holding goggles in your hands.
maybe we should keep.
I don't
one.
see.
Oh.
Right?
Oh yeah, it's dark.
It's pitch black in here.
Yeah, it's pitch
So
black
these-
down.
Close to pitch black. I can pop
So-
the lights up on my wheelchair. That's
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit of light.
That's actually true. So again, like even though it's pitch black down here, low light is
Sure,
not.
okay.
Gonna, it's still going to count as an asset. You're not going to be penalized as much, and as you go down the spectrum from low light to night vision, you're going to be penalized even less. And dark vision, you're not going to be penalized at all. That's kind of the spectrum of where y'all are at with
Okay.
this. So, but this is all a moot point because as soon as you get down to the bottom of the ladder. Lights begin to flicker and activate inside the facility.
Oh, then I take it off real quick and don't activate it yet.
You
Nope.
pull it off.
Save it for later.
You see, it's kind of takes a second for it to activate. It just gets and it powers up. You get to the bottom of the ladder and kind of look around, and you see this open area. It looks like maybe a common area, and it's a junction point for 5 different parts of the station where hallways are meeting in this one large room. And moving one by one, you all move down the ladder, and when you get down here, you'll be happy to know that once you get down here in Lacey, you actually notice that this entire place is accessible. Everything that it requires, like getting up to some of the platforms, all has ramps. Everything looks like it's designed for a big living space for scientists living down here.
It's those fuck you steps. You have to get up.
There's
those,
always fuck you steps.
to get into the house, and once it is, it's totally accessible. Just those 8 steps. Oh, and the landing between the steps.
That's the story of Los Angeles, though, isn't it? It's like, look, we're ADA compliant. Oh, no, you can't get into the building. But once you're in there, man, check it out.
And we're actually pretty good on access as these things go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this because even though we think it's abandoned, I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah.
Staff
okay.
comes out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright, so
hey,
everybody-
someone's still paying the electric bill, so.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, apparently, it does.
someone needs to get
The station does have power. So,
Or it's a title.
cold, dark in many places. Echoes of dripping water somewhere deep within the walls and vents. This place looks like it's a perfect location to film a horror movie.
Great.
Cool.
A sterile-looking underwater lab. Posters are still adorn some of the walls here, as well as other items such as safety regulation charts, rotation schedules, betting pools, and again the occasional movie poster that you see from time to time.
The little kitten on the tree. Hang in there.
But what is truly disturbing is the state of the other effects strewn about the place, indicating that an event that was either a terrible happening or a frantic flight from danger took place. There are torn lab coats on the ground, the occasional darkened smear on the wall, loose change is scattered on the floor from place to place, and other signs of chaos are apparent. The darkened metal corridors also carry with them a smell, a putrid scent that unnerves all of you.
God.
Great. Yeah, definitely pressed this open.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
So
Less abandoned, more massacred?
we need to find this device or whatever that's gonna bring this
Yeah.
guy back.
Did he say what it looked like?
We didn't really get any information besides that. Is there any way to maybe tap into the computers?
I can see whether the
Yeah.
computers are still up and running. I mean, yeah, it's probably some tidally generated electricity here. So, let's see what's working and what's not working. What I can fix.
And let me
I have
see
my
if-
tools with me.
Let me know if you need a boost.
Yeah, that could actually be really helpful.
Either
Let's
that
see.
or I just, make the whole place implode, but whatever. Good work.
I thought you were scared of the water.
Oh, I am. It was more of a joke. I'm using humor as a, defense mechanism.
That's good. Sorry. Yeah.
Also that
It smells really bad. in here.
as a defense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell like rot, and it doesn't quite smell like fish, but it is a very putrid stench in here.
Want to start looking for some computers?
There's one right in this room. In
Hey, I
fact,
found it.
lines the wall. There's a computer that looks like it's one of the main hubs for the research station. It looks like it covers everything from power distribution. It's right near like the daily rotations. You see this place. It doesn't look like this place is meant to be some kind of top secret. It doesn't look like it was designed to be sort of like this underground, highly secure facility. It looks like it was an underwater research laboratory. Yeah. So everything is accessible right when you get to this main hub area. If you've ever seen the movie The Martian, this is kind of like that central area where you can see a lot, which you haven't seen.
We'll put it on the list.
Okay. But this is like the big central area where you can actually see lining the walls. Not only is there a computer, but there's a kitchen area. There's a casual area where you see a couch and what looks like a big flat screen TV that has a big crack just going right down the center of it. This looks like a space where everyone congregated. And maybe that's why some weird effects are thrown about. It's hard to say. But as you move over to the computer, Lacey, apparently it detects motion because some of the lights begin to flicker on. And they flicker with weak power.
Okay.
And you begin to immediately sense the computer's presence. So you know that there is a machine in the wall that is active. A CPU or a database is available to you.
Wakey.
Oh, yeah. Make a D20 roll.
Ay, Dios mío.
I don't like that.
It's another sea lion.
Yay.
What'd you get?
6.
What if you rolled like it were a
Okay.
sea lion?
Okay, so what would you like to do? You're basically gonna try to access the computer core? Okay, so make a roll.
Okay. What kind of roll?
It's your typical like use computer roll. So Lacey, this is going to be pretty challenging actually. This is going to be the state of the computer it's in, the power that it's getting right now. It's difficulty level 6.
Okay.
So you're gonna need an 18 or better.
Can I assist by giving it a power boost?
I would
But
let
you probably won't even need to roll. Never mind.
That is the one macro I have that's a 6.
That's a 6?
Yeah. Because of Sweet Baby.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the use devices roll.
Right. Okay.
It's also probably one where my computer
specialization,
will fly,
power
so I would-
shifts, and Sweet Baby. Is that what it is?
Yep. Specialization, power shifts, Sweet Baby, and then my wrist computer actually does apply here.
Okay, so that keeps dropping. So for players at home who don't know the Cypher system yet, that continuously drops the difficulty down. This is the thing about playing superheroes in a cyberpunk setting. So you just, again, Lacey walks over, rolls up to the computer, and as you get to the computer, Lacey, you just kind of spread your hands out without really touching the buttons, and you watch their hands hover over them, and their eyes do the thing that they do.
I turn the other way. I have left a air hole for Sweet Baby because, that seemed appropriate. And so I just kind of turn my back, kind of like, oh, they're going to do their thing and they might need Sweet Babies.
Okay.
I can take.
What this?
Oh,
I'm
you wanna
I'm having Roko and Finn flashbacks right now. Because you're going onto a mental dive
Yeah.
again, and then I feel like
Yeah,
Finn
but
is
here's
just like,
the
all
thing.
right, here we go.
Roko always just like fell over. Lacey
true.
comes with their own chair.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so you're holding Sweet Baby then?
I grab Sweet Baby out of the backpack and sit Sweet Baby into my lap.
What day do that?
As you settle Sweet Baby into your lap, you're reminded of how heavy Sweet Baby is. It just kind of.
I'm
like-
Dolly. We know this.
It's a good 20. Now that
Was,
let me-
16 pounds.
right now, it's because of the alterations you've been making and the things you've been attaching to it to keep the power source going. It's added a few pounds. So it's just a big, heavy block. It's about
Sweet
20
Baby's put-
growing.
He's put a little
Put on some pounds.
Growing pains.
So Sweet Baby is actually enlarged a little bit now and is kind of resting.
Perfect.
It's also a lot more comfortable to carry, so it's resting kind of peacefully in your lap. And Sweet Baby immediately begins to talk to you in code and filling in gaps just as you step over them and in the line of code. It just slides it in. It's matching your hacking as you move along. It's seamless.
So good.
As the two of you basically link together, interlock, and without the best way to describe it is y'all are finishing each other's sentences as you hack into the computer mainframe.
We're a good team.
What were you gonna say?
I was like, while that was happening, I was gonna kind of take a look around and just kind of like look down the court. Like, I wasn't gonna go anywhere.
Do you want to do that too? You just want to look
But
around? Oh yeah.
I was gonna like look around and explore, but and also just like make sure that we're safe and like there's
Yeah,
no.
definitely looking around.
Yeah, because there's like,
alert.
with the torn coats and everything, I'm just like, I don't like this at all. I'm getting a very not good vibe.
Yeah.
just
The
kinda-
air in here is really cold and, for lack of a better way of describing it, the air tastes bad. It just, when you exhale, it just got a
Okay.
nasty kind of, ugh.
Yeah, well,
ventilation.
I'm slowly realizing that I am in a scenario where I'm not particularly helpful and can't defend myself. I'm gonna look for a light weapon just to hold,
Okay.
because I
Okay,
can make
so
myself look tough.
all three of you then have declared that you're going to look around. So I'm going to have y'all make a roll.
Okay.
Great.
So the light's flickering, but it's not going to really play a role in what you're detecting here. So this is just going to be like an investigation check if you've got that.
Okay.
Or anything else you think might apply here.
I don't.
To sort of scope it out. But the difficulty here is going to be standard, so I'm going to put it at 2.
Okay.
So you need a 6 or better.
14.
6 or better. I don't think I have anything for.
Now, you're specifically looking for a
weapon.
crowbar, so I'm going to set your difficulty at 3. So it's
I'm
gonna be-
setting
Your
a
contacts are
crowbar?
perception outside.
Or like
Or-
Oh, my
weapon.
contacts.
or whatever, a weapon or
Then
whatever.
Just like
a light weapon.
anything that I happen
So-
to find in a lab.
So difficulty 3 then.
Yeah, I got 15.
Okay.
What was the initial difficulty, sir?
2.
Okay, and I have my contacts, which help.
Those would totally play an asset. Yeah.
Okay.
So 7?
3 or better.
You're good.
No, I didn't roll yet.
Oh, I thought you said 7.
Oh no, I said so. Then difficulty 1,
No, the difficulty, yes, difficulty
Yeah.
for you is 1. So 3.
11.
Okay.
14.
Okay. So the three of you begin to span out as Lacey does their thing. Hops, you move over to the common area and you see couches and stuff like that, overturned cushions.
Yeah.
The cushions are soggy and mildew has started to grow into a lot of the cushions themselves. So it's got kind of this this smell to it that kind of makes your eyes water a little bit as you get a little too close to it. There's a lot of rotting food that's been left out, and some of the stuff has been completely devoured by mold. So as you're moving over here, you're looking at it just kind of like. There's also some puddles of water through here, suggesting that maybe condensation is collecting. There could be an environmental issue going on. You can, of course, hear the water dripping in the background, but you don't see anything else that's out of place. This place just looks unkept for an underwater facility. Luma, you were looking for crowbar. The reason why I said crowbar is that's what you're going to find.
Oh, okay.
So moving through the area, you actually do see, like, with a rubber handle on it, a crowbar that looks like it might have been used to help pull or push closed hatches that are really heavy.
Got it.
So you just pick this thing up and you're like, okay, that's easily a light weapon.
This'll do.
Okay. Oya, you're kind of investigating the kitchen area. This place looks quite nice. The countertops and everything, it looks very comfortable and well designed, or at least it probably would have been when it was first designed, but it doesn't look like it's been in use for a while. You move over to the refrigerator and stop yourself from opening it for a second because you can only imagine what might be inside, but it's up to you.
I'm gonna open it.
You open it up. There's nothing inside. It is completely empty. Just the light flickers on, and you see the temperature is still set at like a low 60 degree, which is kind of warm. But you're like looking inside, and you're like, nothing. There's not even the scent of food in there. In fact, the inside of the refrigerator might be a little more sanitary than the outside of the refrigerator. And you closing it up, opening up some of the cabinets, you just see canned foods and a lot of other foods that were never touched. Particularly, you see overturned coffee that has mildew, mold, just grown up. Lots of fuzzy bacteria it's become fungus basically.
We need to bring
Growing
a
up in
can
the area.
of bleach down here really badly.
And that's all y'all find.
Okay.
Are
Lacey?
there other doorways to other? Okay.
There's the hallway that y'all came out of, which is kind of a dead end, and it looks like an observation post. So at the end of the hallway where y'all were in, behind you, about 30 feet, is what looks like a wall of thick window that looks out into the ocean. It is total darkness out there, kind of creepy. And there are 4 other, it's in sort of like an X formation, 4 other hallways leading to different areas of the research lab. The research lab is not that big. It's big enough that it looks like house a research station itself and sleeping quarters, as well as a few other various areas for like showers and bunks and whatnot. So, Lacey, again, it looks like this place was not a secured facility. It looks like it was an open research station. There's only one laboratory, and there's an immediate reference to all of the projects that were being explored in that laboratory. Lots of deleted files, though. Lots of them.
Can I try to recover them?
There doesn't look like there's any recovery folder. Whatever was on this computer, a lot of them have been wiped. But there is a reference to a device inside the main research laboratory that speaks about a molecular rearranger similar to the detonation device that Hops found, but it looks like it actually kind of has the opposite effect. It's a device that detonates and literally causes molecules to reform. It looks like it was being used. It looked like a mad scientist contraption because the person that's put annotations on the side of this device's blueprints, it looks like they were literally trying to create a heal bomb. A way to, like a grenade that you could literally throw into the midst of people that are wounded and have their wounds closed.
That's amazing.
It was in the initial stages of trial, and of course, it failed terribly. The tech just is not there yet. However, what they did discover is that it had the ability to cause metals and other objects, their molecules to actually harden or stabilize. So metal got harder, or diamonds got even harder than they were. Like, if you can imagine, the density was actually able to increase and shift around. It must be the device he was talking about.
I do download all of those research notes onto my local.
There are gigaquads of data.
Okay.
So your local is getting, you see the memory in your local start getting about to the halfway point of filling up. Just,
Nope. I will deal with that particular cleanup later,
Yep.
but like, there are uses for that.
Sure.
There are applications of this, and it could be refined over time, and it's research and knowledge and useful and discovery and science.
Or it's a death trap. But
Right now, yes, a death trap. With refinement and engineering, maybe also a death trap.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
The research laboratory where this is found is literally 60 feet away from you, where you are at right now. It's down the hallway. It's the first room on the left side of the hall. It's the largest room in the building aside from the main area and the bunk areas.
Okay. All right. First room on the left, and I'm gonna start. That has the thing.
Everyone make a perception check.
Oh no.
This is an intellect roll, and the difficulty is 3.
Oh.
Okay. 9 or better.
I can.
I'll spend a
spin.
point of effort
Okay.
to reduce it, and then contacts. So.
This is audible.
Wait, what was this?
For audio.
Okay.
It's to hear something. So make a perception check. It's an intellect
Can I
roll.
lower the difficulty?
With what?
It doesn't matter.
The effort?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
you
doesn't
spend
matter.
effort.
I
I'll
got
spend an
a
effort
2.
too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lower
I have
it.
to roll.
Yeah, you can't do it after
6
you
or
roll.
higher, and I do not.
I'll spend
Great.
Level of effort?
Yeah.
Okay, so spend points out of your intellect pool, make your roll, drop the difficulty down. So if you've spent any effort, the difficulty drops to 2 and it becomes a 6 or better to get it.
Same thing as me.
17.
Okay.
So you're the only one that
So
hears
everyone starts moving towards the research area, except for Lacey, you're moving to the research area too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So everybody starts moving towards the
I probably
research
need to
area.
operate the device.
Oh yeah, you swear, as y'all start moving to the research area, you swear you hear like a bending noise coming from one of the other hallways, and you kind of stop. No one else apparently heard it.
Hey,
Could have been just in your head.
did you all hear that?
Hey, what? What?
Like a scream. No, you didn't hear anything. You would have heard it.
It could have just been like, I don't know, like the water, or it's like it's like a house with growing pains, but we're underwater, so the pressure.
Tidal
I don't know.
movements. I mean, did you like sense something?
I don't know. I just heard it.
But you're like magical.
I didn't know. I just heard it. I look in that direction. What do I see?
Dark corridors with flickering lights. Right out of Aliens.
Man, I am not gonna go over there and figure out what that was.
Let's
It's
just
like
open the door quick.
it's like playing Half-Life. You just kind of look down the door and I don't know.
If I shine my flashlight over there, can I?
You shine it down one of these, and of course, eventually the light kind of just fades out, and you don't notice anything.
Okay.
All right.
It might just be, everything's turning on and
Prepare
We
your
can go check it out. Then.
prepare for smells.
So as you approach the lab, you press your hand against it, and it just goes
Whoa.
slides open. You see a research lab begins to flicker. The lights begin to flicker on. It almost looks like a college classroom. There's just long rows of tables after table after table where you see research notes piled up on top of each other. And then you see alcoves where it looks like contained experiments were happening. And a lot of containment rings where you see aquariums and lots of unexplainable containment areas in glass. Some of these look like tubes. Some of them are small enough, about so big, and they're kind of built into the wall. Some of them are large enough to put a person in. In fact, Some of them are perfectly sized for a person.
How convenient.
And you see a lot of devices strung out across the desk. It looks like somebody overturned something or maybe something spilled out, but there is a briefcase that's been flipped over and devices scattered across the desk. One of the devices that's just sitting out in the open, Lacey, it's the device that you spotted on the computer system. And a lot of these devices look like they're still blinking. Like their power sources have never run down.
What?
Yeah. So walking into this lab, it's looking around. It literally looks like people just shut the lights off in the middle of something and walked away. However, the water in the aquariums has not been switched out for a while, and you can see dead things floating inside of it.
Oh, gross.
The water's kind of cloudy. These are large tanks that some of them stretch the length of the room that held multiple species, but a lot of them have been quarantined from each other.
Hey, Lacey, do you think this is where Sweet Baby comes from?
Are you okay?
I just
What?
point to the tank with the dead things.
Oh. Can I can I throw something over it to hide it?
I mean, there's a lab
Just
coat
like
on the
like a
ground.
lab coat.
Yeah,
kind
you
of
pick
deal?
up this lab coat and kind of just shake it off and
Throw it over.
throw it over the top of it. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I have to talk to Sweet Baby more about that another time. I guess we're on a clock and we need to help. So let's see what I can figure out about this device. I guess.
All right, move over to the device. It's sitting
Yeah.
right there, just right out in the open. It is amongst other devices that have scattered about. These other devices don't look like they're the same shape or the same type. Some of them are a little more blocky. They literally look handheld like cubes. And most of these look like they're kind of random in the way that they operate. Like some of these are feeding you data. When you pick them up, you can actually hear the machines and the programs inside running data. Some of these devices sound like they are running in a continuous feedback loop of the temperature of the room, constantly going over and going, it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit, it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit, it's 72 degrees, and then it's
not
translating
72
into
degrees.
Monster programmed you in Fahrenheit.
yeah. So, but yeah, a lot of these are just, it looks like little trinket devices, probably somebody's personal projects. And then
Cute.
there's that thing.
So this is my workshop in my new home.
And the device is laying out on
Okay.
the table.
A quick study, make sure everything looks kosher, but I think sooner or later you have to press the button.
So, according to the blueprints that you
gotta
picked
do.
up, this is a pretty straightforward thing.
All
This
right.
device that he was able to learn about through the stolen data sounds like it's your best bet if his theory is correct. However, you don't want to be in the room when this thing goes off.
Can we just put it in the tube thing?
I can do it. Everyone, get out of the room.
Okay.
I can.
Okay.
Everyone out. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
We clear out, and I can do
take care
distant
of them.
activation.
Okay. Yes, you can.
So I will do it from outside the room.
That is a special ability that you have specific, isn't it? You can
As
just
talks to
distant-
machines.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So
Oh, you're
everyone.
coming out too.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness.
I have news, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you look in the window. Lacey, you focus for a second, and then hell breaks loose in the lab.
Yeah.
As this thing activates, you see a white light as suddenly it looks like the windows right in front of your faces. You see it start to crack and harden. Glass explodes inside the lab, and some of the tables go flying back.
Why didn't I get the devices out? Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it.
And as this
Silly
explosion
hope.
takes place, it goes and sort of freezes in the air and just and everything collides back. And for the briefest of seconds, as everything's getting sucked back into the center of the explosion, you see popping out of thin air a young man falling about 4 feet from just not standing anything, falls right out of the air and slams onto the ground, and is now belly down in this laboratory.
Okay.
Back in.
Okay. Hey.
For the first time since the event, you're breathing air. And it's nasty. You have a vague recollection of where you're at because you were with them when they got the assignment. You were with them when they heard everything. And as they come, it's disorienting to say the least. When you see them all standing around you and milling about you, to see them in physical form and not through the haze of a dreamlike state, it's surreal. And you're actually touching cold metal floor.
I dropped mine too.
You're real. You're real.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
So are you.
You're real. Hi.
I'm real. I'm real. I'm here.
You're a real boy.
Who are you?
I'm Zach, but you can call me Cobalt.
Cobalt.
That's harder to remember than Zach, but okay.
You. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know you and Lacey,
Yeah.
Hi, Luma.
Luma, of course, and
You just call me Hops.
Hops. I know. Take my hand. It's real. I know who all of you are, but I haven't been. It's been a dream. Thank you.
Do you need a hug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zach, the warmth of another person's body, it compromises you. You didn't realize how much you had missed being a living human being. And feeling Luma wrap her arms around you, it's too much. And for a second, you just realize you are back. You're not going to fade out of existence. You are back in the world. It's...
Am I squeezing too tight?
No, tighter.
Okay.
Tighter.
Okay.
Don't let go of me.
Oh, yeah.
Won't. You're here,
You hear it
Cobalt.
again.
No.
It's louder this time.
Okay, y'all, I am not
Did you
just
hear it
paranoid.
that time?
There's something behind us.
Roll a perception. It's an intellect check. And Zach, you can do it too.
Yeah.
Should I
All
also
right.
roll?
I'll spend
Is this
another
fine?
point of effort.
Okay. Difficulty on this one is still 3.
Me too.
Unless you lower the effort levels.
I got it. There it is.
Okay.
Should I
Yeah,
roll
me
again
too.
or no?
I rolled 19.
Should I roll again?
Yeah. Oh, no, you don't have to roll again.
Okay.
You heard it.
I rolled a
18.
19.
A 19?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
11.
18.
We all heard it that time.
You all heard it.
I immediately picked this back up.
You didn't just hear it.
Oh, no, I got it.
You didn't just hear it. You heard them.
Oh no.
Because you heard initially this kind of noise. Now all of you are hearing this. Just like, it sounds like, you know what it sounds like when your dog's in the kitchen and you hear them clacking
Yeah,
around
it's
as it's about to come in? You're hearing that echoing down the hallways. And then you kind of hear this.
Sounds like rats.
Is someone... I'm really good at killing rats. No offense.
Are there any...
It's not a thing that I'm proud of.
You can let go of me.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Thank you. I heard it too.
Okay.
I want to shine my flashlight down the hallway again.
You slowly turn the flashlight down the hallway, and as you do, you kind of shine it out into the doorway, or out down the hall, and all 4 of them make eye contact with you.
How tall are they?
Well, it's difficult to tell because they're literally crawling from the ceiling and the walls and on the floors, and their whole bodies are not actually in the room, but they look bipedal, and they're sticking to the walls using something on their limbs, but they are misshapen, and the best way to describe them, Moya, is they look like freakish scientific abominations. These things look like their flesh is translucent. They almost look human, except for their bottom jaws are slightly longer than they should be, and their teeth arc out. There are incisors coming out of the sides of their mouths that kind of split their skin. Doesn't look like their face was designed to have them, and there they are, ripping their skin open as they go, and you see blood dripping down off of their face. One side of their body is larger than the other side of their body. And these huge muscular shoulders with these arms, one arm has 2 forearms coming off the side. One of them looks hooked like it's insectoid, and the other one has a human hand.
Oh, no. Oh,
These
no.
things look like genetic mutations, deliberate genetic mutations.
They look like deleted files.
They might look like deleted files.
Okay.
Guess what? It's time for initiative.
Oh, God.
can I pick that weapon I just dropped up?
Yes, I will definitely let you do that.
And
What's the
instinctively, can I stand in front of Lacey and Luma?
Sure.
Knowing
So-
that they're the two that. Thank you. I think
One of
you're-
them drops down.
yeah.
You're fine.
Everyone roll initiative. The difficulty
Great.
is 3.
Okay, I take initiative, so I lower it down to 2.
Yeah, me too.
I also lower it down to 2.
Am I allowed to re-roll since it fell between the crack and it's sideways?
I'll let you roll
If
that.
it's
yeah.
cocked, it's
if it's a cocked die.
Yeah,
Judgment
it
thing.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
18.
Okay.
13.
Also
You
13.
need 9s or better.
7.
But you're
mine's
down by 2.
I'm down.
Oh,
So-
you're good. Lacey?
Yeah.
Remember how I said last game that I would never win an initiative again?
Is that a lie?
No, it's prophetic.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5.
Okay. So, Lacey, the dead things, not quite as alarming.
I'm trying to figure them out. And this is not the correct reaction.
None of this makes sense. Whoever
If
decided
I understand it, then I'll figure it out. I just need to study it and understand it and understand it and understand it and
So
not react.
I'll give you this as we roll into initiative. It looked like whoever was building or designing or mutating these things kept changing their mind halfway through the process. That, or they didn't give a damn about what they were doing to them and just kept throwing paint at the canvas to see
very-
how fucked up they could get these
Oh, I
things.
don't like that.
That's
at all.
so cruel.
What you do notice is though its mouth is constantly torn open by its own screaming, it's constantly being healed again. So you watch its mouth rip open and the blood come out and the mouth just like reforms.
Foul.
They've been here for 20 years because they can't.
They rush all of you, screeching.
How many
But
has that? 4?
all of you, except for Lacey, has initiative.
Okay.
So, who would like to go first?
I can change my face. What can you do?
I just got here. I've been. Is this the time?
It's fine. Stand behind me.
Okay.
No, stand behind me.
Oh no, yes. There's a chain.
There's
You're in
not
front.
enough time in the initiative round to have this level of conversation,
Okay,
so you're
this
going to
is
have
all-
to.
Oh, that's
like-
fine.
This
Yeah.
is all
I'm just
inside.
gonna. I have my flashlight in one hand. Is there anything near me that I can grab else?
Yes, there's plenty of stuff. You could say that there's easily like a table. Like there's a lab table near you. There's also a cart on wheels.
Ooh, a cart.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to grab the cart, and if it's light enough with one hand, I just want to swing it at whichever one is coming at me.
You want to try to pull a cast on this thing?
Yeah. Smaller dumpster.
Cart is going to be really clumsy and kind of hard to one hand throw at this thing.
Okay, I just want to grab whatever. Even my flashlight, whatever's in my hand is a weapon, so I'm just gonna use
Your
that
flashlight?
and, like,
Okay, I'll let that count as a light weapon.
Whack it.
Here's a question. The direction that they're coming towards us,
Dead
is
ahead, yeah.
that the way
It's,
to our ship, or is our ship?
it's the way of to your ship.
God,
That's the way out of
I
the
thought I was
lab.
just gonna go. Okay,
Question.
never mind. We gotta go
Right.
through them.
So yeah, I'm gonna whack it. I'm gonna hold it, but just like
All right,
like
so
a,
then that's going to be, I'm gonna say
Bludgeon.
that's a speed defense because you're throwing it, right?
yes.
Or you attack.
No, I'm
Okay.
using it like a bludgeoning thing.
Okay, if you're gonna hit this thing with a flashlight, then it's difficulty 3, so you're gonna need a 9 or better. You're using a flashlight. I'm gonna count that as a light weapon.
Okay.
So the difficulty will drop by 1, so it's a 2 or better.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a roll. If you could also roll a d6 for me real quick.
Okay. Before that.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me what you get.
2.
2. Okay.
3.
Oh no!
3 is not gonna do it.
All right.
This thing runs up to you and just instinctively, forgetting for a second that you have the ability to warp space-time, you just smash this thing across the face with a flashlight.
Like self-defense class.
Bam! You feel the impact of the flashlight on the side of this thing's face, and it turns back at you. And who's next?
To me.
What are you doing?
I'm shocking this. I'm charging my staff. Yeah, immediately. Like just instinct. I'm not gonna hit you.
I know.
I got it.
I know.
And the nearest one, I guess, is the nearest one, the one that attacked Oya.
No, this is all happening simultaneously.
They're all
great.
coming at all of us.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to just pick one, so I'm just immediately gonna
Roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 5.
5.
This is fine.
Okay.
Serious dice rolls are always fine and always go well.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I'm going to immediately hit one like straight on with the point of the stick and try and electric shock it, and then if it has like a head of some kind, lift it up and try and
All right.
knock it.
So go ahead and make your roll.
Like boom, boom.
So this is a martial arts roll.
Yeah.
So you get to apply all your fighting tech.
Yay! What's
Take-
the
Difficulty is 3.
Okay,
That's
so
through.
I have speed defense. Is that
Nope.
No,
This is
that's
an
my
attack roll.
martial arts. Okay, great.
Yep.
Great. So it goes down to 2.
Correct. So you need a 6 or better.
It should be.
8.
8. Okay, you're gonna hit. So what's the damage on that?
8.
Oh.
8.
Okay.
My staff attack. Oh wait, never. I didn't even have to roll. My staff attack is a -2 difficulty.
Oh, okay. You don't even have
So
to roll.
yeah. So
Oh, okay. So you do an immediate 8 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. There's an electrical popping sound as you impact the staff on the side of this thing's face. This smell of ozone and burned flesh immediately explodes into the air as this thing screeches so loud it almost deafens everyone in the area. Bam! Bright flash blinding light as it goes recoiling backwards. You hit it fucking hard.
I hope it wasn't a friendly.
So who's next? Who wants to go next?
I established I was in front, so
Okay.
we're doing a chain. Is one near me, or do I have to, like, am I gonna have to close a distance?
You can pick one of the ones that have not. I'm just going to rule that everything is clashing at the exact same
Cool.
moment. So you can pick one that's already been damaged.
I just didn't know if I had to, move
Yeah.
into this.
I'm letting you pick one that's already been damaged, or you
Cool.
can attack one that's rushing you right now.
I'll attack the one that's rushing the two of us.
The two of
Because
you.
I'm
Okay.
standing in front of him.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, then there's 2 of you. There's 2 rushing the both of you.
Great.
So roll a d6 for me.
Okay. Come here.
The narrow eyes of Sam every time I ask you to roll.
3.
A d6. 3. Okay. It's creepy. Okay, make your roll. It's 3. The difficulty is 3 to hit this
Don't
thing.
like his faces.
Okay.
You're hitting it with the crowbar?
It could be a lot of things.
I'm hitting him with the crowbar.
So that's going to make it drop to 2 because it's a light weapon.
Yes, and
So-
I also have movement. Does that
It's
like
not an
what?
attack. That's going to be for moving specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
just
would
going to be
work.
the -1.
Okay, cool.
Yep, so you need a
it's
6
just
or
6 or better. And it's a 5.
This thing ducks. You swipe at it with a crowbar, and it just literally when I say it ducks, what I mean is it bends its head in a way that should crack its neck in half, and instead it just folds off to the side. Crowbar flies right over it, and it goes
That's not fair.
snaps back up. Xander,
Yeah.
what's Zach doing?
So that's happening, and then there's another one that's coming out.
Right behind that one. It's about to leap up over that one and come at you guys.
As I see that, I kind of step out from behind Uma, and I aim both cannons at its face.
Okay, so you're gonna try to basically blind this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not really a light.
Cannons, like spray cannons.
Okay.
Cool.
So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's I'll say that's Okay, so that would normally be a light weapon, which would reduce the difficulty. But you're aiming for this thing's eyes, which is going to increase the difficulty by 3.
Wow. Okay. So it is a 3.
It's a spray effect. So yeah, you're making basically you're doing a called shot.
Yeah.
Cold shots are not friendly in this system.
I could also I'm just spraying it in the face if it happens to hit in the eye. I'm mostly shocking it rather
Okay.
than blinding it.
Okay, yeah, you can try. I mean, you might roll well. Otherwise, it's just going to get paint all over it.
So what is the
It looked pretty.
So what's the
what is the
difficulty?
difficulty?
The difficulty is 3. If you're not trying to spray it in the eye
3?
specifically, then it'll just stay 3. So you need a 9 or better.
All right. And then would I be using? Can I use my power shift and intellect?
No, this would be a physical attack if you're trying to do it like this.
Okay.
This
so-
would actually be, if you were going to spend anything, this would actually be a ranged attack. So it'd be a speed defense, or a speed attack, rather.
I could do that. I have a 1 power shift in speed.
What does it do? Is it just for defense?
So I used it for accuracy.
For accuracy?
yeah.
Then
Accuracy
that
is
would
one.
totally
Oh,
work.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
then,
that's just 1 down. So,
so
it's
it
2.
knocks it down. Yeah. So now,
So I
it's,
need
now
a
you need
6
6
or
or better.
Please, XP, can we
Hello,
do it?
everybody.
Welcome to the party.
I rolled a natural 1.
GM intrusion.
Dang it, dang.
You sprayed
I panic.
The commotion.
As I'm turning to be like, if you need a weapon, I've got some paint in my bag.
So what happens is you spray this thing, and it sprays it in the face, and it screeches almost as loud in irritation, not having any effect. But the noise, again, just erupts through the area, and all of a sudden, as combat's happening, you hear all of them stop as all of you hear echo down the hallways, and all of these things that are lunging at you freeze suddenly.
You angered the bat.
And they turn and they look back.
There's a bigger one. There's a bigger one.
And you see, coming out of the hallway, you see something emerging from the darkness about 60 feet down the hall. Just, and as it's emerging, they all begin to step away. Just, you see some of them kind of cowering a little bit, like getting low, and they're all backing away from you. Even the one that you brutally injured is scampering kind of back. And out of the dark, standing at about 11 feet tall, you see, coming into the light, it looks like it might be male, judging by the structure of its build and its upper body. It's hard to tell because it looks like someone created this thing.
Oh god.
It looks very similar to yes.
I already have one of those.
And it comes stepping into the light. It looks like it's wearing what might have been research clothes.
Oh.
Or lab clothes. It's covered in this sick, slick seawater and has moss kind of hanging off the side. There's something like maybe seaweed kind of hanging around its body, and the stench that fills the room as it enters. And they all begin to slink away from all of you, but not enough. It looks like a pride of lions that isn't sure if they're ready to abandon their food yet. But clearly, a bigger predator just stepped into the fight.
Okay, this is no longer a secret base.
We actually have to stop early tonight.
Oh, no!
Wait. Oh, crap.
Can I ask one question about the thing?
Yeah.
Like, it's wet and covered in moss, as in, like, it's been swimming out in the ocean?
Doesn't look like its clothes are wet.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that this thing has not just been out in the ocean.
No, doesn't look like
the whole time.
It looks like it's just covered in plants. Probably that may have been found around here.
Cool.
But it looks like it's just
I was gonna say.
We probably couldn't be like, hey, you like polka? Like having a friendly conversation.
Yeah.
You know you fail initiative when you go next week.
I know.
We always joke.
Yeah. Hey, but we get Xander back for full episode next week. Thank you so much for jumping in,
Yeah,
Xander.
thanks for rescuing me.
You're welcome.
So before we head out, I just want to remind everybody real quick, too, don't forget that tonight on Alpha at 7 p.m. Is going to be fangirling tonight. So definitely check it out because our dear Lisa is writing for that show. Some really amazing people are on it at 7 p.m., so definitely check that out. And, of course, Vampire. Vampire continues. Vampire the Masquerade, which is like one of my new favorite shows. Oh, I love it so much. It is coming on tonight at 8 p.m. So we will see you back here on Twitch then. Thanks so much. I'm sorry we had to end a little bit early tonight, guys. We had sort of a production thing that we have to get out of the way, so we had to get scooted out of the studio so we can get everything prepped. But we'll make up for it next week.
I know.
In the meantime, we will see you next Friday at 7 p.m., Xander.
Yeah.
Sorry, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you all next Friday night for another issue of Callisto 6. Until then, stay whimsical.
And alive.
And alive.